top-flight local jobs, go with who you know. JP Mascaro & Sons are a leading waste removal company. To meet today's employment and service demands, Mascaro is upgrading its already highly competitive employee wage and benefit package for drivers, collection crew helpers, and other positions. Call 888-MASCARO, MASCARO, for details. Work for an established local family business committed to its employees. Again, call 888-MASCARO today or apply online at www.jpmascaro.com.
To enjoy a perfectly crafted 1893 from the makers of Pepsi Cola, you must first appreciate its carefully selected ingredients. A dash of cola nut extract, a hint of real sugar, a splash of sparkling water, and a generous amount of attractive spokesperson. Trust me, I'm gorgeous. Cheers to 1893 boldly blended colas, a delicious balancing act of premium ingredients from the makers of Pepsi Cola.
Burke's Packing is a family-owned and operated meat processor located here in Reading, specializing in hot dogs, ham, specialty meats, and more. Burke's Packing provides America's classic ballpark with quality products, including the highly acclaimed flat-top grilled hot dog. Join us for Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days at Sunday home games all season long at FirstEnergy Stadium.
This summer, we're going from minor league baseball to major fun. Whether you're just stopping by or looking for that Grand Slam getaway, Wyndham rewards everyone. Start earning points on your next qualified by Wyndham hotel stay and redeem them for minor league baseball tickets and experiences all summer long. Not a Wyndham Rewards member? Join for free at WyndhamRewards.com. Restrictions apply. Visit WyndhamRewards.com for more details.
This is the Reading Fightin' Phils pregame show on the Our Phils Broadcast Network, featuring exclusive interviews, content, and much more. Now out to the ballpark with broadcasters Jake Starr and Bob McCool.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to FirstEnergy Stadium as the Reading Fightin' Phils begin a 6-game homestand, welcoming the Binghamton Rumble Ponies to town. Binghamton at 20-17 overall on the season. Reading at 17-22. Both these two teams coming off a rough series. Binghamton losing 4 of 6 to Bowie, and the Fightin' Phils losing 5 out of 6 to Richmond. Alongside my broadcast partner Jake Starr, my name is Bob McCool. The Fightins will bring Efrain Contreras to the mound today, and they will be facing right-hander Brandon Scroat for the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. Jake, as we get set through our pregame show, obviously right now it is a update and state of the team for those who may not have been following the Fightin' Phils on the road. When we last saw them, it was Mother's Day Sunday, and the Fightins finished off the Hartford Yard Goats by winning 5 of 6 today. Really nice job of finishing that series on a high note to go on the road after winning 5 out of 6. Ultimately turning around and losing the first 5 in a row to Richmond to kind of negate the positivity out of that series against Hartford.
It's been a tale of two Fightin' Phils teams. It's really felt like over the last the last month or so. They go on the road to, back it up the last week of April. They're at home against Somerset. They take 4 out of 6. They go on the road to Portland. They drop 5 of 6. They come back home against Hartford, and then they take 5 of 6 against the Yard Goats. And then Reading then goes back onto the road to Richmond. They lose the first 5. They were in danger of being swept for the first time since the 2021 season, and they're able to pull out a 6-2 win on Sunday. But it's been night and day, the difference in this team from when they're home versus when they're on the road, which is kind of a full 180 from last year, where they were actually above 500 on the road, and they were under 500, 23 and 44 to be exact at home. So it's been interesting, but the hope's got to be you're back in the friendly confines. You don't want to look at the standings this early necessarily, but there's only a month left in the first half, and you find yourselves 4 games back of Binghamton, who is in first place. So a good series this week could really put you in a good spot heading into the end of May.
Yeah, and you're facing a team in Binghamton, as I said a moment ago, is also coming off losing a series, and they have not hit the ball all that well over the course of the season, but they do have some pitching matchups that the Phils will have to contend with over the course of the series. But I think a lot of it, to your point, is that it starts with the bats for the Fightin' Phils that have not been nearly as productive as they were in 2023, and nobody personifies that more than Carlos De La Cruz, who has struggled throughout this season, but maybe, just maybe, the Phils with the final game win in Richmond, in which Carlos De La Cruz comes up with 3 hits and 3 RBIs. We've said it before on these airwaves that maybe that's the sign that Carlos is coming out of it, but maybe that's the sign that Carlos De La Cruz is coming out of it, because obviously the Fightin' Phils desperately need his bat in the middle of that lineup.
And that's been the thing with Carlos this year, is it's been a good game followed by a string of not so good games. But I think the reason why you can have a little bit of optimism this time around with Carlos is because he had a really good game on Saturday, and then he followed it up with one of his best games of the season on Sunday. Final 2 games of that series at Richmond, he was 5 for 8, 2 runs, 3 doubles, 3 RBI, including a big game-winning double in Sunday's game against the Flying Squirrels. So the hope is 2 good games in a row. De La Cruz is really kind of starting to find his rhythm again that he's been lacking for the first few months.
And the other piece of the puzzle that might be a little bit under the radar is a guy that the Philadelphia Phillies organization signed very late in spring training, and that is Jose Rodriguez. Al Padrinque has run him out in almost every game in this season, either at second base or shortstop. He has been a much more consistent defender at the second base spot. But for the most part, he has batted in the 2-hole throughout this season. And when you look at his batting average coming into today's game, it's at 229. That may not seem like much, but not that long ago, he was well under the 200 barrier. But what he has done is become a very productive hitter. He seems to find ways to get on base. He'll take the big, heavy swing early on, and if he doesn't make contact in it, he's done a very good job of working some counts, but he is a player who just brings a lot to the table. He's got power, he can hit to all fields, and he can run the bases and run them pretty effectively as well.
Yeah, and the thing with Jose Rodriguez, you talk about the average, maybe isn't the most attractive thing in the world at 229, but you look at the month of May that Jose Rodriguez has had, hitting 300, an OPS of 813, 11 runs, 4 doubles, a triple, a home run, 9 RBI. I think, though, what's most impressive about Jose Rodriguez, he has had 54 plate appearances in May. He has struck out 4 times. That includes a stretch now of 8 straight games without a strikeout for Jose Rodriguez dating back to May 11th. 27 straight plate appearances he has gone without striking out. And this is a guy we have talked about. Usually is good for one huge swing in at bat, but once he gets that big swing out of the way early in at bat, he really does a good job kind of honing in, focusing, and having a good approach to the plate, and we've seen the results.
And one of the bigger problems for the Phils is the table setter in front of Jose Rodriguez and the bats like Carson Taylor and company to follow. And that has been the leadoff spot. For the most part, beginning of the season, it was Marcus Lee Sang's job. He was not able to maintain and hold on to that job because Robert Moore was swinging a very good bat, and they had him at the top spot. If you've been listening to our broadcast this season, Jake pointed out that Marcus Lee Sang's numbers in the 9-hole have been very, very productive. But now Robert Moore has slipped off in the top spot, and so now Al Padrinque flips Marcus Lee Sang back up there, hoping that he can get some productivity somewhere out of somebody in that number 1 spot in the batting order.
Yeah, and with the way Rodriguez has been playing, with the RBI capabilities we've seen from Carson Taylor, you need somebody in that 1 hole to kind of really find a way to get on base. And Moore sitting for the 2nd straight game, not sure if he's banged up, or if it's just a case of trying to give him a couple of days off mentally to reset heading into the series against Binghamton. But Reading wants to try and find some production from that first spot in the lineup. Today they'll go to Marcus Lee Sang. We talked about it. He's been much better when hitting in the 9-hole of the lineup. Not sure if it's a mental thing or just the case of you're seeing more fastballs when you are at the bottom portion of the lineup. So we'll see being in the top how it does to help Lee Sang. He is hitting better as of late. Lee Sang did have a pretty good week last week, was 5 for 18. At Richmond was 2 for 5 on Sunday. So we'll see if moving back to the top of the lineup benefits not just Lee Sang, but also this Fightin' Phils team as a whole.
Yeah, and when you talk about this Fightin' Phils team as a whole, you mentioned the standings right now, and one of the big differences between this season and last season is where this team is. At 5 games under 500 may not sound like a whole lot, but as you said, they're really only 4 games out of first place, and I think a big piece of that is that there's nobody in this division that looks like they're trying to take a stranglehold of it by any stretch of the imagination. The Phils faced a Hartford team 2 weeks ago that was at or near the top of the standings, and they looked like a much better team through the 6 games of that series, not only because Reading won 5 of those 6 games, but in the overall scheme of things, Hartford made a lot of mistakes. There were a lot of careless mistakes made by the Yard Goats, and yet when you look at the standings, they're a 500 team. You watched Reading play, and they look like they're a better team throughout that series, and yet Hartford is right very much in the thick of things, only a game and a half out. And I guess what it boils down to is if the Phils can take care of business like they did in the Hartford series, they are very much right back in the middle of things because the team they're chasing at the top is indeed your opponent this week in Binghamton.
It's Binghamton who dropped 4 of 6 against Bowie last week. You have a Portland team who has been very up and down, it feels like, over the last couple of weeks. They split at Somerset last week. So you said top to bottom in the Northeast Division, it's 4.5 games that separate it. It's a much tighter race, I'd say, than the Southwest Division, where 15 games separates first from last place. So every series, every game at this point is big. And of course, yes, you want to win games, you want to make the postseason. I know there's always the argument of what's most important at this level, but you know for the 28 guys that are suiting up, you know for everybody on the coaching staff, they want to find ways to win, and they want to make the postseason. So, look, got a little more than a month left of the first half, but, you know, June's going to be here quickly. So, series like this, anytime you're stepping back into the division, these are really big games, and it's got to find a way to, at least today, get a good start to the series.
Last thought before we head to break, and again, today is a Kids in Education Day, and so you're going to hear a lot of screaming kids at the ballpark today. They're out in bunches by the school full, and it's just part of what happens here on a morning game, and a great day, an absolutely gorgeous day to be here and watching a baseball game at FirstEnergy Stadium. But when we take a look at where this team is, nobody likes to talk about the negative aspect in the game of baseball. You try to always find the glimmer of hope, the bright spot, the focus on the good things, the positivity, because the game can break you down if you don't. But as you said, this team is in a spot right now where they need to start winning some games. And there's also going to be, if you're a baseball player and you're a realist, there's some jobs on the line. Because this team, if you know anything about this organization, there's some kids coming up through this organization. They're going to start pushing their way to the higher levels. And so if you're a AA or you're a AAA and you're not getting the job done, we are getting to that time of the season where there may be decisions being made, and so that puts that much more pressure on you to perform at a better level.
Yeah, as we said, it's a very big, very important time of the year. Minor league landscape as a whole, everything's a little bit different this year. The Florida Complex League, they're underway. That usually doesn't start until another month from now. So a lot of those draft picks, they're not going to have a chance to play in the Complex League. So they want to get pushed. They're getting pushed to Clearwater right away. So there's a lot of questions to be answered from the Phillies organizational perspective. I'm glad I'm not making those decisions because there's a lot of talent, a lot of good guys in this organization. And there's going to be 25 to 30 new guys between the draft and undrafted free agents that come into the organization in a couple of months from now when that Florida Complex League season comes to an end.
And we had Edwin Soto on, who's a part of the player development staff for the Phils during our last home series, and they are glowing about some of the players at the lower levels, the complex level. Clearwater is off to an excellent start again. Jersey Shore is having a productive season, and so some of those players are going to be moved along the chain of the line here within the Phillies organization. So there's a lot of decisions to be made over the course of the next few weeks as the summer gets on. The Reading Fightin Phils and the Binghamton Rumble Ponies will take a timeout. We get back. We'll take you to the starting lineups and first pitch from FirstEnergy Stadium.
The Promax Fence Systems Foul Porch is an exclusive group experience. Located in our left field corner, groups of 20 to 30 people are treated to 2.5 hours of all-you-can-eat buffet and drinks and a festive atmosphere. Regular season tickets are $37 for groups of 20 or more. Call us today at 610-370-BALL to reserve a spot for your group.
When you drive a vehicle so reliable it's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty, you stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see what you're capable of in a vehicle that inspires confidence around every corner. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available. Warranties include 10-year 100,000-mile powertrain and 5-year 60,000-mile basic. Warranties are limited. See retailer for details.
Looking to try something new at a Fightin' Phil's game this season? Give Briganti Wines a try. Briganti Wines is ran by former Fightin' Phil's great and big leaguer Mike Costanzo. Briganti Wines comes from the vineyards in Italy's Abruzzo region. They are committed to quality, authenticity, and sustainability, attracting a loyal following of customers. Get a wide variety of Briganti Wines wherever it is sold at FirstEnergy Stadium this season. Visit BrigantiWines.com to learn more.
The Reading Fightin' Phillies are proud to partner with Berks County Mental Health and Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and suicide prevention with 3 simple words. Are you okay? The help is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide hurts and affects everyone, but help is here. We will work together to help raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-379-2007.
Stand up, hands up. City of brotherly love. Stand up, hands up.
Wilson hits it in the air, out towards right. Oh, watch it fly, and it's a walk-off, game-winning home run for Ethan Wilson.
This one driven into left center field, turn and saves goodbye. Carlos De La Cruz clears the scoreboard in left center field. Home run number 21, and the Fights jump out on top.
You're listening to Reading Fightin' Phil's Baseball on the R-Phil's Radio Network.
Swing and a miss and back-to-back strikeouts as Sanchez cannot catch up to the 98-mile-an-hour fastball from Abel.
Swing and a miss, he struck him out. 10 strikeouts tonight for Griff McGarry.
Now, out to the ballpark with your broadcasters, Jake Starr and Bob McCool.
FirstEnergy Stadium, the site. The Reading Fightin' Phil's taking on the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. Again, Binghamton is at 20-17 on the season. Right now, they occupy the top spot in the Northeast Division standings. The Reading Fightin' Phil's 4 games back at 17-22. Day-to-day game, the Reading Fightin' Phil's playing as the Reading Hot Dogs with their specialty uniform jerseys of the red and yellow of the Berks Packing Hot Dogs that are sold here at the ballpark. And this is the lineup for the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. Matt Rudick will lead off and playing in right field. Alex Ramirez bats second, he's in center field. Rowdy Jordan bats third and plays at third. Kevin Parada is the catcher and cleanup hitter. Nolan McClain just called up, a very interesting story. We'll talk about him at length over the course of this series. He's batting fifth and is the designated hitter for the Rumble Ponies. Ryan Clifford bats sixth, he's in left field. JT Schwartz is batting seventh and is at first base. Jeremiah Jackson bats eighth, he's at shortstop, and Wyatt Young bats ninth and is at second base. That lineup will be facing a right-handed pitcher for the Reading Fightin' Phil's, Efrain Contreras.
Efrain Contreras looking to bounce back after only getting through an inning plus on May the 16th at Richmond. It's his second appearance against Binghamton this year. Overall, Contreras 0-3, a 16.07 ERA. 5 starts, 14 innings, 23 hits, 13 walks, and 11 strikeouts.
Today's game time temperature, absolutely gorgeous day here at the ballpark, 76 degrees. And that game time temperature is presented to you by All Temp Enterprises. A little bit of a breeze blowing out from right center to left, out to left center field on the flag above the Redners Event Center at about 5 to 7 miles an hour. And speaking of which, there's never nothing that's not new at FirstEnergy Stadium. The ribbon cutting ceremony yesterday to open and christen the brand new Redners Event Center. It is now open, and for the first time, we have spectators on the veranda taking in the ballpark and the ball game here as we are underway, as Efrain Contreras' first pitch to Matt Rudick is a bit low, ball one. It is the senior class at Wilson High School who is here today and checking out the Redners Event Center, having the event center booked for the day, and now out on the veranda watching the ball game as Contreras comes back and gets his second pitch over for a called strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to Matt Rudick, the left-handed hitter. And the 1-1 pitch is up high. It's 2-1. Rudick at 239 on the season, 3 home runs and 17 RBIs. Coming off a series in Bowie in which he went 3 for 15, but he did generate 5 base on balls. 2 balls and 1 strike to him right now. And he fouls this pitch down the third baseline. Kendall Simmons will give it chase, but it'll make its way into the 67 club and become a souvenir. The defense behind Contreras. Ethan Wilson is in left field. Marcus Lee Sang is in center. Carlos De La Cruz is in right. Carson Taylor is at first. Jose Rodriguez is at second. Casey Martin at short. And as I just mentioned, Kendall Simmons chasing that foul ball is at third base. Arturo De Freitas is behind the plate for the Phils. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Matt Rudick. That's way inside. It's 3-2. So Rudick's in a complement of pitches from Contreras that will include a fastball curve change, a cutter, and a slider. 3 balls and 2 strikes, and the pitch. Fouled straight back, remains 3-2.
Well, Matt Rudick doing exactly what a leadoff man should do. He's seeing pitches. Next one will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat from Efrain Contreras.
And that 3-2 pitch again is fouled straight back. So Rudick continues to stay alive and forcing Contreras to come back with more and more.
And if you're Contreras, we talked about the struggles. You really want to find a way to win this battle. Keep him off the base paths and just get that first out here in the first.
He'll come back from the windup with another 3-2 pitch. And that hit the foot of Rudick. It would have been ball 4 and or a hit by pitch. And Matt Rudick is a base runner. So go down as a hit by pitch. Because our home plate umpire, Zdenek Zedek, immediately called time and a dead ball. So that indicates that it did hit him in the foot. Chad Patterson is at first base and Jared Dewerson as at third base in our Eastern League 3-man umpiring crew. So Rudick at first base to lead off the ball game, and Alex Ramirez now will bat for the Rumble Ponies. Binghamton, the AA affiliate of the New York Mets. And the first pitch to Ramirez is up and in, almost leaned into it as he got a jump out of the way. It's 1-0.
They did check the third to see if Rudick swung at that pitch that hit him. And obviously, if it's back across the plate, it would count as a strike. So Rudick was able to hold.
Good sized lead for Rudick at first. 1-0 pitch is again inside. It's 2-0. Control is an issue for Contreras. There's no question about that. 13 walks, 11 strikeouts in his 14 innings of pitched so far in 2024. He's got a runner at first base and a 2 balls and no strike count to the 2-hole hitter, Alex Ramirez. Lines this one into left field. That's going to be a base hit. Ethan Wilson will get there and cut it off. It'll be a single for Ramirez, and the first 2 men on board for the Rumble Ponies here in the top half of the first inning.
That ball was way into Alex Ramirez, and just was able to keep the hands inside enough and fisted in the shallow left center field for that hit. But all of a sudden, 2 on, no outs for the heart of the Binghamton lineup. You'd love to get some sort of a ground ball double play here.
And that'll be the switch hitter, Rowdy Jordan, who bats third. Jordan at 264 on this season, 16 RBIs to go along with 3 home runs. Veteran from Mississippi State, batting left against the right-handed pitching of Contreras, who's got himself in an early jam. First pitch to Jordan is way up high for a ball. And not good body language for Efrain Contreras already here in the top of the first. As he falls behind a third straight hitter now in Rowdy Jordan. Shakes off a couple of pitches from De Freitas and comes with his 1-0 pitch that's fouled straight back. It's 1-1.
That was on line, just a little bit too high. One of these days, I don't know if I want to wish for it, though. There's a lot
You're afraid of finally having the opportunity and not coming through?
There's a lot of expensive real estate up here.
Very valid point.
And then there's us.
1 ball and 1 strike to Rowdy Jordan. 2 on, nobody out, top of the first. Fouls another one away. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jordan spent the entire season a year ago in Binghamton. Hit .230 for the Rumble Ponies, 13 home runs and 63 RBIs. Originally a product of Mississippi State, drafted by the Mets in the 11th round in 2021. 1-2 pitch to him. Way inside, but he turns on it. Rolls it foul off the facing of the Savage 61 dugout suite. Remains 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Of course, pitch count begins to become a concern at some point. Contreras at 15 pitches, yet to retire a batter. As I said, Reading, a team who does not turn a lot of double plays, just 18 less in the Eastern League, but no better time than right now to try and get one.
1 ball and 2 strikes. It remains to Jordan. That's way outside. It's 2-2. So already 16 pitches for Contreras, still without an out recorded. And here's his 2-2 pitch. And fouls another one away. So Contreras right now has not missed a bat as of yet. Any strikes that the Rumble Ponies have had so far here in this first inning have all been foul balls.
That's where you're looking for some sort of a put-away pitch here from Contreras. He's trying to miss a bat because Binghamton's swinging a lot.
And this a little slow roller first base side. Contreras is going to make the play. And Rowdy Jordan will play keep away with him, but eventually he'll be out. Nobody could go other than third base for Rudick, second base for Ramirez. It eventually goes as a swinging bunt for Rowdy Jordan. He's retired for 1 out.
And that's what it is. It's basically a sacrifice bunt, except you don't get credit for it if you're Rowdy Jordan. And we'll see what Reading does with the infield here. It's like the right side starting to come in, the left side staying back.
Kevin Parada now will bat for the Rumble Ponies. Runners at second and third now and 1 out. Parada hitting at just 187 on the season. And the first pitch to him is over for a called strike.
So the infield will stay back. Simmons at third to step behind the bag, and Taylor at first is about 40 feet down the line between first and second, and he is up.
Parada, the starting catcher for the Rumble Ponies, and a very promising prospect in the Mets organization, rips this one to center field. Marcus Lee Sang will break back, and he'll make the catch. Rudick will tag at third, and he will cruise home. And the Rumble Ponies are on the board first. Sacrifice fly, RBI. It's 1-0. Binghamton.
Parada knew what the job was, and he did it. Hit one hard to center. Lee Sang drop steps and makes a nice catch, but if the infield playing back, Reading basically was saying we're willing to concede a run on anything hit and play. So Parada knew that, just got one in play and got the run.
20th RBI of the season for Parada. And now with a runner at second base, Ramirez did not tag, so he stays put at second. Nolan McLean now will bat. And the first pitch to McLean is a breaking ball and a good one for a called strike. McLean just called up from Brooklyn, the high A affiliate of the Mets, to Binghamton. He is a two-way prospect. That's right, he will pitch in this series as a starting pitcher, and right now locked in as the designated hitter and batting fifth in today's game. 0-1 pitch to him. A little slow roller towards short. Casey Martin up with it. He'll finish the play at first for the third and final out. So Binghamton makes some noise in the first, but ultimately settles for 1 run on 1 hit. They leave 1. The home team will bat for the first time. We get back to FirstEnergy Stadium. Binghamton 1. Reading comes to the plate.
Empowering communities one relationship at a time is our commitment at Tompkins. Our customers have thrived thanks to our focus on local lending and their commitment to the customers they serve.
They do a great job, everything for us, from our banking, our insurance, to our wealth management.
Tompkins has always been there for us.
We see a long relationship with Tompkins. They're good people.
Tompkins, banking, insurance, wealth. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Investment and insurance products are not FDIC insured, not bank guaranteed, and may lose value.
International Fireworks is the official fireworks provider of the R-Phils. International Fireworks shoots every fireworks show throughout the season, including 9 Mega Blast fireworks shows. International Fireworks also provides the pregame fireworks after the national anthem at each game. International Fireworks has a nearby retail store in Douglasville, Pennsylvania, where you can purchase all of your fireworks. Visit fireworksrus.com for more information about the International Fireworks Retail Store in Douglasville. Thanks again to International Fireworks, the official fireworks provider of the R Phils.
Here is today's starting lineup for the Reading Fightin Phils, presented to you by Golden Oaks Landscaping. Marcus Lee Sang will lead off. Jose Rodriguez bats in the 2-hole. Caleb Ricketts bats third, and he will be the DH this morning for the Fightin Phils. Carson Taylor in the cleanup spot. Carlos De La Cruz bats fifth. Ethan Wilson will bat in the 6-hole. Kendall Simmons bats seventh. Casey Martin bats eighth. And batting in the 9th spot is Arturo De Freitas. That lineup will be facing right-handed pitcher for the Binghamton Rumble Ponies, Brandon Sproat.
Brandon Sproat, it's just his second start at the AA level. In his debut last week against Bowie, 5 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, 82 pitches, 52 were strikes.
And Marcus Lee Sang, the left-handed hitter, swings at the first pitch and lofts it down the third base line and into the grandstands for a foul ball.
Sproat pitched 6 games for Brooklyn. 2-1, a 1.07 ERA across 25 1/3 innings pitched, 33 strikeouts. Opponents hit 141 against him.
0-1 pitch to Marcus Lee Sang, swings in another and fouls another one away. Marcus Lee Sang at 229 on the season, 5 home runs and 16 RBIs. 11 total extra base hits on the season so far for the left-handed hitter. He's in an 0-2 hole here to start. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that quickly on 3 pitches. Brandon Sproat gets the strikeout.
Sproat enters today on the season combined with a .89 ERA. That comes in ranked 4th across all of minor league baseball for pitchers that have at least 30 innings pitched this season.
The defense behind him, Ryan Clifford is in left field, Alex Ramirez is in center, Matt Rudick is in right, JT Schwartz at first, Wyatt Young at second. Jeremiah Jackson is at shortstop, Rowdy Jordan is at third, and Kevin Parada is behind the plate. Jose Rodriguez now bats for the Fightins, and the first pitch to him is up and in for a ball. First pitch that Sproat has thrown out of the strike zone. 1-0 pitch is right there for a called strike 1. Sproat with an excellent fastball, 95 to 98 on the average on the radar gun. Slider, curve, and a change to go along with it. 1-1 pitch, fouled away. 1-2.
Rodriguez, a good week last week, 6 for 16, a couple of runs scored. As we said, bat's been heating up, 300 hitter in the month of May, and it's not striking out at that much of a clip in May.
He's in a 1-2 strike count here, and he'll hit this one on a hop towards third. Rowdy Jordan up with it. His throw across is in plenty of time for out number 2. Going to bring Caleb Ricketts to the plate. Ricketts as the DH in today's game. Steps to the plate hitting at 266. 3 extra base hits on the season, all of them doubles.
I have to double check, but it might be the first time we've seen 2 catchers in the lineup this season. One as a catcher and one as a DH, with Ricketts being that today.
First pitch to the left-hand hitter is just outside for a ball. William Simonite, the third catcher for the Phils, and all of them are on the active roster. That's a piece of that puzzle to finish Jake's thought. Generally, you only have 2 on the active roster. The Phils do have 3 catchers on the roster, so they can use one as the DH. As Ricketts takes this one for a ball, it's 2-0.
That's the thing. When you only have 2 active, you're probably a bit less inclined to go 2 catchers in the lineup, but you have a little bit of flexibility with the third guy being active.
2-0 pitch to Caleb Ricketts is there for a called strike 1. Good crowd on hand. It continues to come to the ballpark here as we turn past the 11 o'clock hour of first pitch. Swing and a miss, and Ricketts comes up empty. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Good crowd for an early morning. Of course, Bob, you're always an early morning person.
I am.
To you, it's a piece of cake.
It's late in the day now for me.
It's almost dinner time.
2-2 pitch is over for a called strike 3. And that'll do it for the Fightin Phils here in the first as they go 1-2-3. We've got 1 complete at FirstEnergy Stadium. And it's 1-0 Binghamton on top.
The Seidel Auto Group deck is a great spot for all fans with a summer picnic life and great tailgate atmosphere. During your picnic, you might even catch a souvenir, as the area is situated directly in the home run territory behind the left field wall. Regular season tickets are $34 per person for groups of 20 or more, and children 4 and under are free. Visit rfields.com/groups or call 610-370-BALL to reserve your group outing today.
Humane Pennsylvania is an innovative national leader in animal welfare with adoption centers, accredited nonprofit veterinarian hospitals, emergency animal rescue services, community pet assistance programs, and a free community dog park. At HPA, we are passionate about going the extra base to keep your pets healthy and happy at home with you. With a variety of services and different ways and times to access them and variable pricing, Humane Pennsylvania is here to provide your pets with exceptional care, how, when, and where they need it. Visit humanepa.org for more information.
International Fireworks is the official sponsor of the R-Phil's fireworks shows during the 2024 season. Head to their store at 242 Sycamore Road in Douglasville. And they'll be doing their thing here at the ballpark on both Friday and Saturday night here during this series. And of course, Saturday night, Mega Blast Fireworks, the largest fireworks show in stadium history. Fightin Phillies and the Binghamton Rumble Ponies here at FirstEnergy Stadium right up and through Sunday. It looks, weather forecast-wise, it's been an absolutely gorgeous week, so come on out here and enjoy America's Classic Ballpark and watch the Reading Fightin Phillies and the Binghamton Rumble Ponies back to a more standard 6:45 start time for the next couple of nights. And round out the series on a Sunday afternoon at 5:15 as Ryan Clifford leads off facing Contreras here in the second inning. Ryan Clifford takes the first pitch from Contreras over for a called strike. Clifford, a left-handed hitter, takes this one just a bit outside. It's 1-1. Clifford playing is just his 6th game for the Rumble Ponies after being called up. And so far, just 1 for 18 in a Rumble Pony jersey. Takes that one outside. It's 2-1. The number 4 prospect in the Mets organization. He's just 20 years of age. Drafted originally by the Houston Astros in the 2022 draft, and he swings and misses at this one. But he was part of the Justin Verlander trade with the Astros coming to the Mets last August, along with outfielder Drew Gilbert in that trade. The Astros getting Verlander, and the Mets getting 2 young outfielders in Ryan Clifford and Gilbert, although it appears that Clifford still getting accustomed to the Double-A level as he takes this one inside. It's 3-2. Contreras, long look into DeFreitas, comes back with his 3-2 pitch. It's outside, ball 4. So for the second straight inning, Binghamton has a leadoff man on base.
It's the first walk issued by Contreras, but for all intents and purposes, basically the second. The hit by pitch to Matt Rudick in the first was ball 4 anyway. So, like you said, leadoff base runners on for the second straight inning for Binghamton.
So I'll bring up J.T. Schwartz as Clifford will take his lead off. You also just hit a guy who's 1 for 18 so far on the season, which doesn't make that feel any better as Schwartz stands in. And the first pitch to him is a breaking ball and a good one. It's over for a called strike. Schwartz at 242 on the season. Played last year for Binghamton. Total of 66 games, hit .302 with 4 home runs and 49 RBIs. Spent good portion of the season, 2 months from the end of May through the end of July on the disabled list. As he stands in now and takes one outside, it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Jordan with 7 extra base hits on the season, 5 of them doubles. Clifford inches his way off the lead at first base. 1-1 pitch, fouled down the third base line. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Little cue shot foul off the end of the bat for J.T. Schwartz. . He'll now call time at the plate. Reed Brignac, the manager for the Binghamton Rumble Ponies, coaching in the third base coaching box. Former big leaguer himself, played for the Tampa Bay Rays, played for the Phillies at one point in time as well, did Reed Brignac. 1 ball and 2 strikes to J.T. Schwartz. Pickoff attempt. Not much of a lead at that point for Clifford, who's been kind of taking a walking lead off of first base. Not a really big lead, but kind of steps off as Contreras goes a little bit deeper into his windup.
10 years ago this summer, Brignac actually was called up and played for the Phillies.
Pitch to plate, swing and a miss, strike 3, and Contreras picks up his first strikeout and the first out here in the second.
Now, I think I'm not mistaken, so I'll ask you a trivia question here. Which Philly went on the once called DL, now called IL, that prompted the call-up from AAA of Brignac?
I have to think about that. So you're talking 10 years ago, so we're in 2014. I was thinking for some reason, but he might have been gone by then. Was it Jimmy Rollins, or was he gone by then?
It was not. Rollins was traded after that season.
Okay.
But same side of the infield, though. This guy played third, also played left when Michael Franco got called up the following year.
Oh. I'm drawing a blank.
He's a former R-Phil.
Okay. Pitch to the plate is fouled away by Jeremiah Jackson, and Contreras quickly works ahead of the 8-hole hitter. No balls and 2 strikes. All right, fill me in. Who am I forgetting?
Cody Ashe.
Cody Ashe was a former Phil. Played for the Iron Pigs for a couple of seasons as well. No balls and 2 strikes to Jeremiah Jackson, who's hitting at 169 on the season. Ryan Clifford at first base, 1 out. Top half of the second, 1-0 Binghamton on top. Contreras from the stretch, pitch to the plate, slow roller, right side. Casey Martin backhands for 1. The relay not going to be there. Rodriguez dropped the ball, but he did so on the exchange. So the runner at first base, Ryan Clifford, is retired at second on the force out. And on the exchange, Rodriguez dropped it. So Jackson is safe at first on the fielder's choice. So that's 2 down now in the inning, and the 9-hole hitter, Wyatt Young, at the plate. Young, left-handed hitter, 270 batting average. First pitch to him is over for a called strike.
So I'm reading through the 2014 Phillies transaction log, and there's a lot of throwback names.
I was going to say there's probably a lot of transactions, too.
That, too.
It was not a good time to be a Philly fan, just for what it's worth. As the pitch to Young is up high, it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
So Brignac was actually called up on May the 9th. Freddie Galvis got optioned down. Ashe went on the DL May 15th, but that's when Brignac pretty much became full-time as that pretty much almost the everyday third baseman.
1 ball and 1 strike now to Wyatt Young. Slow roller right side to Rodriguez, the second baseman, over to first in plenty of time, and a pretty smooth inning. With the exception of the leadoff walk for Efrain Contreras, we're through 1.5. It remains Binghamton 1, Reading 0.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 75 years of senior living.
The Fightin Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, JP Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's JP Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro and Sons, ready to serve you.
Bottom half of the second inning is brought to you by Cornwall Manor, an active senior living not-for-profit community in scenic Cornwall, Pennsylvania, outside of Lebanon. 1-0 Binghamton on top as the Fightin Phils come to the plate here in the bottom of the second. Carson Taylor, Carlos De La Cruz, and Ethan Wilson will be the lineup for the Phils here in the second. For Al Padrique, who's managing for the Reading Fightin Phils in his second season here in Reading, and in third base coaching box. Carl Ellison is his first base coach. Carson Taylor, the Philadelphia Phillies player of the month for the month of April. It's cooled off a little bit in the month of May, but still probably productive season with 309 batting average, 4 home runs, and 29 RBIs. And the first pitch to him from Brandon Sproat is inside for a ball. Taylor coming off a series in Richmond in which he went 4 for 17 with a couple of doubles. 1-0 pitch is over for a called strike one. 1 ball and 1 strike.
So to complete the thought on Brignac, so yeah, pretty much that month of June, he played predominantly for Cody Ashe. I believe he bounced back and forth between both corner infield spots. I actually remember going to a series in St. Louis with my family in June of 2014, and I believe Brignac had a pretty good series that week too. But 37 games for the Phillies in 14. They could make it back to the big leagues, played 17 games for Miami in 2015, 13 for Atlanta in 2016, and that was pretty much all known as big league time.
Here's a fister towards the left side of the infield. Rowdy Jordan that has that one on a hop, and he'll make the play across in plenty of time to get Carson Taylor for the first out here in the second.
For an Eastern League connection, his final season of pro ball at 32 years old in 2018, played for New Britain of the Atlantic League. New Britain, who was formerly what Hartford was in the Eastern League.
Right. So with 1 out, here comes Carlos De La Cruz. Carlos coming off his best series of the season, which he went 6 for 20 in the series at Richmond, and he flies this one straight up in the air into shallow right field. Wyatt Young, the second baseman, drifts back, and he makes the catch over his shoulder, backpedaling for out number 2. Right fielder Matt Rudick looking at him like, you know, I could have caught that a whole lot easier than you did, but that's out number 2.
Probably Rudick's ball, but I'm sure Young and Rudick have a nice little laugh about it. But yeah, it looked like he was camped under, and then a last-minute lunge back to make the catch for Wyatt Young.
It was sky high, to say the least, but De La Cruz is out on 1 pitch. That'll bring Ethan Wilson to the plate. Ethan at 210 as he stands in. The first pitch to him is outside for a ball.
Took because it was a ball, but I wonder if it was red light all the way with De La Cruz swinging at the first pitch, and Taylor retired early in his at-bat too.
So it's 1 ball and no strikes to the left-hand hitting Ethan Wilson. That's outside. It's 2-0. Wilson looked like he was getting to the point where maybe he was locked in that Hartford series, but he struggled in the series in Richmond. Went just 1 for 15. 2 balls and no strikes to him as he stands in. And that misses. It's 3-0. Looks like a little bit of a change to me, Jake. I don't remember Ethan Wilson resting the bat on his shoulders as much as he is before the pitch comes. See if I'm wrong. 3 balls and no strikes to Wilson. Takes that at the letters for strike 1.
Yeah, starting with the bat a bit more flat on the shoulder. Feel like, I'll try to pull up some video here. Feel like it's usually been more up in the air pre-pitch.
It's 3 balls and 1 strike now to Wilson. Fouls that one straight back. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Throat falls behind 3-0 and works his way back now to the count being full. And Wilson now will call time. Sproat, just 23 years of age. Last year at this time, he was pitching for the University of Florida. Drafted by the Mets in the 2nd round in last year's draft. 3 balls and 2 strikes from him. Swinging it, strike 3, and the Phils go down in order again in the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left to complete. It remains Binghamton 1, Reading nothing.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 75 years of senior living.
Are you looking for a reliable food distributor to meet all your culinary needs? Look no further than our trusted team at Feaser's Food Distributors. For over 120 years, our products have been sourced from the best farms and suppliers, ensuring that you get the best ingredients for your restaurant or organization. From fresh produce to premium meats, Feaser's supplies everything but the appetite. Visit Feasers.com today to experience the difference in working with a top-tier, family-owned food distributor. Feaser's, your partner for success in the kitchen. Looking for a fast and hassle-free way to get your snacks and non-perishable groceries? Look no further than FeasersDirect.com. With just a few clicks, discover the convenience of having your culinary essentials ready for a pickup at our headquarters in Harrisburg. Top half of the third inning here at America's Classic Ballpark, and we want to thank our good friends at Pepsi for presenting the 2024 season here in Baseball Town. Go fight Phil's and drink more Pepsi. My name is Bob McCool, joined in the booth by my broadcast partner Jake Starr, as the fight Phil's and the Binghamton Rumble Ponies in a 1-0 ball game in favor of Binghamton, scoring a run in the top half of the first inning. And the guy that scored that run, Matt Rudick, will lead it off for the Ponies here in the third. Rudick hit by a pitch, came around to score, and a sacrifice fly by Kevin Parada for the lone run of the ball game. Facing Efrain Contreras, who's bounced back after a rough start to the first inning, and the first pitch to him is a foul tip in and out of the glove of Arturo De Freitas for a strike. No runs, or excuse me, 1 run and 1 hit so far for Binghamton. No runs and no hits for the Phils through 2. 0-1 pitched, ripped into right field, right at Carlos De La Cruz for out number 1 here in the third inning.
Center fielder Alex Ramirez.
Alex Ramirez, who has the lone hit, will now bat for the Rumble Ponies. So Contreras hit the first batter he faced, gave up a single to the second, and immediately looked to be in a world of trouble, but ultimately worked out of that with only the sacrifice fly and a run, and has been pretty much in control ever since. And the first pitch to Ramirez is over for a called strike 1. Gets the slider over. Ramirez, the number 16 prospect in the Mets organization, signed by the Mets out of the Dominican Republic in 2019. 0-1 pitch is ripped into left field. Wilson going back, still going back, looks up, it's off the top of the fence, and gets away from Ethan Wilson. Ramirez will cruise into second base with a stand-up double. So Alex Ramirez with both hits in the ballgame, as he's now at second base for the second time, this time with 1 out. 7th double of the season for Ramirez as he racks one off the top of the left field fence. And that will bring up Rowdy Jordan. Jordan out on a swinging bunt his last time up, but with that swinging bunt, he moved both the runners from first and second to second and third, and it paid off on the sacrifice fly. But it was not an intended bunt, so it does go down as an at-bat for Rowdy Jordan as he settles in from his left-hand batter's box spot. Ramirez, good size lead. And the pitch is way outside to Rowdy Jordan. It's 1-0. Ramirez, excellent speed. He's stolen 17 bases already on the season. Casey Martin, the shortstop, trying to keep him a little bit closer to the bag at second. This one lifted straight up and drifting foul and behind the plate. So it's now 1 ball and 1 strike to Contreras. Or excuse me, to Jordan from Contreras, who's done a much better job since that first inning of getting ahead of hitters. And he'll try to do that now on Rowdy Jordan with a 1-1 count. Swing and a foul straight back, and it's 1-2. So the Ponies so far in this one have done a pretty good job of at least making some contact with Contreras. They fouled off a ton of pitches. Contreras has already thrown 45. And he's got 1 out and a runner at second base here in the third inning. 1-2 pitch. in the dirt. Good block by DeFreitas. Keeps Ramirez at second. It's 2-2. Contreras is 24 years of age, native of Mexico, signed by the San Diego Padres in 2017. Signed as a minor league free agent by the Phillies in March of 2024. In the midst of spring training, it's 2 strikes from him. Well, Tappert on the left side. Kendall Simmons up with it. He'll make the play across and holds the runner at second at the same time as Kendall Simmons, the third baseman, makes the play for out number 2. As I said, Ramirez has to stay put at second, and now with 2 outs, they'll bring up Kevin Parada. Parada with the sacrifice fly that drove in the game's only run as he bats. Parada, the number 9 prospect in the Mets organization, drafted by the Mets in the first round in 2022 out of Georgia Tech. Signed for a $5 million signing bonus, number 11 overall pick in that 2022 draft. 22 years of age. Tons of power potential. Scouts question whether he'll hit enough for average, but they love his power. Not an excellent defensive catcher as well, but he is the starting catcher today for the Ponies. He'll spend some time and significant amount of time, no doubt, in this series as the designated hitter as well as the catcher as he takes the first pitch from Contreras up and in for a ball. And Parada has kind of had that season so far. 187 batting average, 5 home runs, and with that RBI in the first, now 20 RBIs in total. 1 ball and no strikes to him. Ramirez takes off, throw down to third is on the wrong side of the bag, and Ramirez will pick up the stolen base, his 18th of the season, with 2 outs here in the 3rd inning. DeFreitas got rid of it quickly, but he threw it on the foul side of the third base bag, and Ramirez gets the steal. Simmons tried to make the sweep tag and didn't have to keep the ball in his glove. So it's 2 balls and no strikes now to Parada, with the runner at third and 2 outs. Contreras now will go back to the windup with a runner at third. This one ripped into left field. Wilson turns, chases after it. He won't get there. It bounces off the fence and up into the crowd for a ground rule double. Ramirez scores. It's 2-0 Binghamton on top.
Yeah, a couple of hard-hit balls, both in similar spots. That was a fastball at 91, pretty much middle, and it's only Kevin Parada is going to make you pay, and that's exactly what he did.
So Parada now with both RBIs in the game for the Rumble Ponies, this time with the 4th double of the season, his 21st RBI. 2-0 Binghamton as Nolan McLean now will bat. Contreras back to the stretch. First pitch to McLean, off-speed pitch he's way out in front of. Again, McLean making his Binghamton debut today. Just called up from High A Brooklyn. Hit .224, 5 home runs and 13 RBIs at Brooklyn. He also appeared in 7 games as a starting pitcher. This one's inside, ball 1. I believe that he's on track to be the starting pitcher in tomorrow's game, if I'm not mistaken.
That would be correct.
So DH today and starting pitcher tomorrow for the 22-year-old. 1 ball and 1 strike to him as he stands in. That's inside. It's 2-1. McLean drafted by the Mets in the 3rd round out of Oklahoma State. He's a 2-time All-Big 12 player as a pitcher and utility player, as he did both, obviously, at Oklahoma State as well. Also played football at Oklahoma State for a season, anyhow. Went there to play both sports. Played as it was a redshirt quarterback as a freshman, and then stuck to baseball as he lines this one in the left field for a base hit. Slow start for Parada. They're going to have to hold him up. Now Wilson juggles it. Parada stopped and restarts, and he will still make it home in time to make it a 3-0 Binghamton game.
Yeah, we'll see what they roll it. It should be a single from McLean. And the bobble by Wilson is why Parada got sent home.
Yeah,
and also why McLean's on second. So I think it's a single, an E7, maybe an RBI.
Yeah, I got to think it's definitely got to be an error, and it is now an error. But to your point, I don't know that you can give McLean the RBI because Parada had stopped and only restarted when Wilson bobbled the ball. If Ethan Wilson picks that ball up clean, I think Parada's still at third and McLean is at first, but instead it's 3-0 Binghamton. And now a visit to the mound as Phil Canary, the pitching coach, will now come out and talk to Contreras with 2 runs in and still another runner in scoring position for Binghamton with 2 outs and Ryan Clifford due up.
And it looks like they are going to give him the RBI. So Parada and McLean have now combined to drive in all 3 runs for Binghamton today.
First RBI of the season at the AA level for Nolan McLean. As Clifford, who walked his first time up, will bat. First pitch to him on a couple hops towards second. Jose Rodriguez up with it and in time for the third and final out. But Binghamton strikes again. They've put 2 across in this inning. They do it on 3 hits. There was 1 error and 1 left. We head to the bottom half of the third. It's now 3-0 Binghamton on top.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with Berks County Mental Health and Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and suicide prevention with 3 simple words. Are you okay? The help is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide hurts and affects everyone, but help is here. We will work together to help raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as the community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-379-2007.
Bottom half of the third inning brought to you by Swartz Culleton PC. You can expect reliable and experienced attorneys who are committed to getting you justice after a serious personal injury. Call Swartz Culleton today at 1-800-JUSTICE. Alongside Jake Starr, my name is Bob McCool. Bottom half of the third inning, Fightin' Phil's looking for their first hit. They now trail Binghamton 3-0. Kendall Simmons will lead it off for the Fightins here in the third, to be followed by Casey Martin and Arturo De Freitas. Brandon Sprout, 6 up and 6 down so far. He struck out 3 of those 6. Simmons hitting at .214 as he stands in with 7 extra base hits on the year, 5 of them doubles. First pitch is up and in for a ball.
Simmons had a very good series 2 weeks ago here against Hartford. Came off the IL and promptly had a home run and a couple of extra base hits in that series.
1-0 pitch to him is way up high. It's 2-0. Sproat fell behind the last hitter he faced in the second inning, Ethan Wilson, by missing on 3 straight pitches. Fell behind him 3-0 and they came back and strike him out. He's behind Simmons 2 balls and no strikes. Make it 3-0. So the same pattern so far now for Sproat with the last 2 batters he's faced. So we'll see how he fares with Simmons ahead 3-0. Defense plays Simmons to pull all the way around, and that pitch is over in the outside corner. It's 3-1. That's inside ball 4. So Kendall Simmons becomes the Phil's first base runner of the ball game. going a leadoff walk here in the third.
And looking back to that last inning for Efrain Contreras, the allowed 2 runs in the inning, just 1 earned. So in total today, 3 allowed, 2 earned after that error in left by Ethan Wilson, which was his first of the season.
So I bring Casey Martin to the plate. Martin hitting at just a 131 on the year. Former Arkansas Razorback batting from the right-hand side. And the first pitch to him is a slider that's over for a called strike 1. Rough series in Richmond for the Phils and Casey Martin. He went just 1 for 17 in the series. Pickoff attempt, and they got him picked off. Kendall Simmons picked off at first base. So the Phils get a base runner, and that quickly he's out.
Yeah, Simmons was a full hop and a step towards second base and just couldn't get back. Excellent move by Sproat. Good tag from JT Schwartz to finish the play. So that base runner, leadoff man our Phils had on, quickly erased.
No balls and 1 strike to Casey Martin. Outside ball 1, it's 1-1. Misses for a second straight. Pretty much the same pitch back to back from Brandon Sproat. Both of them low and away. It's 2-1 now to Casey Martin. Martin turned 25 earlier this season. 2-1 pitch to him. Down to third. Rowdy Jordan makes a nice play on it. He'll have the ball to first in plenty of time for out number 2.
Yeah, hit hard, 101 off the bat, down that third base line, but Rowdy Jordan, as Bob said, hadn't played perfectly.
Going to bring Arturo De Freitas to the plate. De Freitas has played well in limited time for the Fightins. It's why he's now become a part of the active list as opposed to the development list, which he spent most of this season on. Hitting at 267. He's also played well behind the plate as he swings and misses at the first pitch. Batting in the 9 spot. Fouls this one straight back. He's quickly behind, no balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, De Freitas, a perfect example of earning an opportunity. Someone who has a really strong arm behind the plate. There's a lot of raw capabilities for someone who's still 22 years old and had a really good spring training offensively. All reports out of Clearwater said. And it's been nice to see him put some things together on the offensive side these last handful of starts.
0-2 pitch to him. It's way outside. He has not chased. It's 1-2.
Freitas has hits in his last 4 games. Also had a couple of RBI in his last start as well at Richmond last week.
1 ball, 2 strike pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And the Phils are retired again here in the 3rd inning. For Reading, no runs, no hits, no errors, and eventually nobody left on base as well. 3 complete in baseball town. Binghamton 3, Reading nothing.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin Phils.
Did you know that the blood that you donate at Miller Keystone Blood Center stays right here in your community? That's right, it goes to your area hospitals. So you might just be helping a family member, a friend, or a neighbor. Call Miller Keystone Blood Center, the only community blood center servicing your local hospitals. 1-800-BA-DONOR or go to giveapint.org. We're located at 1047 Old Burnville Road, just behind Classic Harley-Davidson.
We head to the top half of the 4th inning. Reading Fightin Phils looking to come from behind as they trail the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. And taking over play-by-play is my broadcast partner, Jake Starr.
Thank you very much, Bob. Top half of the 4th inning. It's a 3-0 lead for the Rumble Ponies. Also a reminder, in this top of the 4th inning, every Tuesday, all active military and veterans receive $3 off box seats, thanks to our friends over at the Residents of Village Greens. Well, it is Tuesday. It is almost high noon, 11:54 on the East Coast, on a beautiful morning from America's Classic Ballpark. Efrain Contreras back on the mound for his 4th inning of work. JT Schwartz will dig in from the left side. 7, 8, and 9 due up Rumble Ponies manager Reed Brignac's starting lineup. Contreras already allowed 3 runs, 2 earned through 3. Winds and fires home. And that misses outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Up to 57 pitches Contreras is. Season high is 73. Season high in innings pitched is also 4 1/3. Schwartz in from the left side. Contreras, the righty, winds and deals. And that one is just beneath the knees for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Schwartz strikeout victim his first time up back in the 2nd. The only strikeout that Contreras has picked up this afternoon. 2-0. That's outside, 3 balls and no strikes. Schwartz, a 24-year-old from Newport Beach, California, was a 4th-round pick of the Mets back in 2021. And here's the 3-0. That's right down the chute for a called strike. It's 3-1. Fastball at 91 from Contreras. He'll throw that fastball. Also features a curve, a changeup, cutter, and a slider as well. 3 balls, 1 strike to the pitch. And that's outside, ball 4. So 2nd walk for Contreras this afternoon. And for the 3rd time in 4 innings, Binghamton gets a leadoff base runner on. And that brings Jeremiah Jackson to the plate for the Rumble Ponies. Jackson will dig in from the right side. There's no action currently in the Reading bullpen. There is some stretching and stirring going around low on the Reading end. Contreras deals and gets the outside corner of a slider. It's 0-1. Jackson 0-for-1 today. Grounded out to the shortstop for a fielder's choice. His first time up back in the 2nd. Swung on, ground ball hard to 3rd. Simmons waits back, fields it, throws a 2nd for 1. Relay to 1st in time from Jose Rodriguez. Let's go around the horn. 5-4-3 double play for the Fightin' Phils. 2 quick outs in the inning. That brings Wyatt Young to the plate.
We got to like to see that if you're in the Phils dugout right now, to see Contreras continue to fight through what's been a rough start to the season and looked like it was going to be a rough start to this game. He gotten himself in some trouble with some walks in this game. The good old hard hit ground ball in the double play gets him right back into a good spot.
It was 107 off the bat from Jackson. First pitch home, Young. Lefty takes for a ball. It's 1-0. So Contreras is at 62 pitches after that double play. The stretching does continue, though, in the Phils bullpen. 1-0. And that's down for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes to Wyatt Young. 0-for-1 tonight, Young is. Grounded out the 2nd, his first time up. He's up in the count, 2 balls, no strikes. Contreras, the righty, toes the first base side of the rubber. Deep breath, he'll fire home. Swung on, ground ball 2nd to the left. Rodriguez, he dives, sneaks under his glove into right field. That'll be a base hit. So it's a 2-out knock for Wyatt Young. Puts a man on first. Back to the top of the lineup card for Matt Rudick.
Great effort by Rodriguez, but quite literally just away from his glove. And we've seen Rodriguez playing both 2nd and short, and he seems to be so much more comfortable and more proficient as the 2nd baseman.
Rudick digs in from the left side. As we said, top of the order. 0-for-1 tonight, Rudick is. First pitch, down the chute, called strike. It's 0-1. Fastball right at 90 from Efrain Contreras. So he's at 66 pitches. So if he gets Rudick here, we'll see if he gets another inning. The other side of the coin, though, is it is the 3rd time through the order now for Binghamton. The pitch, it's a pitch out. And not going was Wyatt Young, so it's just 1-1. Young, who leads off first, 5 for 6 in stolen bases this season. Binghamton as a team has 50 in total, swiping at a 73% clip. One. Swung on and lifted in the air, foul down the right field line, and it goes to 1-2. 2 outs in the top of the fourth. Reading trails 3-0. Runner on first for the Rumble Ponies. Infield on the right side, pretty much straight up. Martin, the shortstop, shaded towards the second base bag. Simmons off the line at third. Contreras set at the belt, throws to first. Back into the slide is Wyatt Young. So definitely paying mindful attention to Young. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Contreras once again set at the belt, pitch home. And that's low and away, 2-2. Went to the changeup at 85. And the lefty Rudick takes all the way. 25-year-old from San Diego, Rudick is. 13th round pick by the Mets in 2021. Contreras, long look home. He'll set right at the belt, toes the first base side of the rubber. 2-2, runner goes, swung on, hit in the air well, right center field. It's up the alley and it rolls all the way to the wall for a base hit. Around third is Young. He'll score. The relay throw was cut off by Rodriguez. It's an RBI double for Matt Rudick, and the Ponies lead it 4-0.
Contreras looked oh so close to getting out of this inning without any further damage with that double play, but that quickly the base hit just out of the reach of Rodriguez, and then the double off the bat for Rudick, his 8th double of the season, and that was in the gap from the get-go and to the fence. And whether he was running or on the pitch or not, Wyatt Young probably scores on that play, but because he was running, scores easily, and now it's a 4-0 hole.
18th RBI of the season for Matt Rudick. As Bob said, it was double number 8. So Rudick leads off second. First pitch to Alex Ramirez. He watches go by for a strike. It's 0-1. There is throwing in the Phillies bullpen. It is Carlos Francisco who is throwing. Not pitching yet, though, just tossing. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, hit in the air towards right. It's slicing towards the line. Carlos De La Cruz gallops over with those long legs, and he'll make the catch, and that is out number 3. In the inning, though, Binghamton gets a run. They do it on 2 hits. There were no errors, and 1 man is left on base. We played 3.5 from Baseball Town. We'll go to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Reading trails 4-0.
Are you ready to embark on the adventure of retirement? Welcome to the Highlands at Wyomissing, where over 35 years of experience have perfected the art of senior living. Nestled on over 113 acres of serene landscape, our community offers a haven for active seniors seeking tranquility and excitement alike. Discover a lifestyle enriched with stunning amenities and engaging activities, all within the premier nonprofit life care community in Berks County. Bid farewell to home maintenance and embrace more quality time with loved ones as you enjoy a calendar brimming with thrilling events and trips. Experience the security, independence, and boundless opportunities that await you at the Highlands at Wyomissing. Call us today and unlock the possibilities of your retirement.
Visit the Brentwoods Industries Fightin' Phil's team store to stay repped all season long. Head to our store at FirstEnergy Stadium or online at artphils.com/shop. We have a wide variety of Fightin' Phil's hats, jerseys, kids apparel, and much more. Looking for something new? Check out our brand new Pinstripe and Los Luchadores jerseys. Root for your Fightins in style and stop by the Brentwood Industries Fightin' team store or artphils.com/shop.
Bottom half of the 4th inning, Rumble Ponies on top of the Fightin' Phillies 4-0. And in this bottom half of the 4th inning, we'll take a look around the Phillies organization. Thanks to EPA WA Weather Consulting, your source for public and private forecasts in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, and northern and eastern Maryland. Marcus Lee Sang will dig in, lead off from the left side. Top of the order up for the Fightin' Phillies. As First pitch is swung on, hit in the air, well towards right, towards the line. Rudick goes over, and the right fielder reaches up and makes the catch. Out number 1 for Jose Rodriguez. So the Phillies off yesterday, but they swept out the Nationals, an 11-5 win on Sunday. Aaron Nola 6-2 after 7 innings of work. Cody Clemens stayed hot. Bryce Harper had 3 hits, and Alec Boehm had 5 RBI, including a home run to put the icing on the cake in that one. First pitch, Rodriguez takes down for a ball. It's 1-0. Lehigh Valley lost in heartbreaking fashion to Norfolk on Sunday. 1-0, Rodriguez takes 1-1. Heston Kerstead hit a grand slam home run in the bottom of the 12th inning off of Nick Nelson to give the Norfolk Tides the win over Lehigh Valley. Rodriguez takes the next one. It's 2-1. They'll appeal and say no swing. Iron Pigs currently in action. They trail Rochester 2-1 at home. That's game 1 of a doubleheader. Game 2 will begin about 30 minutes after the conclusion of that first game. 2-1 pitch to Rodriguez, takes down 3-1. Jersey Shore 6-5 win at Hudson Valley on Sunday. William Bergoya doubled. Leandro Pineda hit his 5th home run of the season. And the Blue Claws continue their road trip at Aberdeen tonight at 7:05. 3 balls, 1 strike to count. The pitch swung on, drawn in the air, out towards left field. Clifford goes back, turns, and it's gone. Jose Rodriguez leaves the yard to left field. No hitter over, shutout over, and the Fightin' Phils are on the board. It's 4-1 on Rodriguez's 4th home run of the season.
Well, we talked about him in our pregame show that Jose Rodriguez had continued to climb in terms of his batting average and his productivity with a bat in his hand, and he continues that with that solo home run. He gets the Phils on the board. Maybe that lightens the load a little bit, gets his team swinging the bats a little bit better clip because they still have more work to do.
So Caleb Ricketts digs on in from the left side. First pitch home is swung on a miss from Sproat, 1-0. Then finally Clearwater, 3-2 win against Daytona on Sunday. They're back on the road against the St. Lucie Mets tonight at 6:05. A trip to the east side of the state of Florida. 0-1, Ricketts swings, ground ball through the middle, base hit. Back-to-back hits for the Fightin' Phils. Ricketts aboard for Carson Taylor. And to finish off the thought on Clearwater real quick, Trent Farquhar had 2 hits. Pierce Bennett had 2. Caden Hediger added another. Avery Owusu-Asedenu had an RBI. And the Threshers took the series victory over the Tortugas, and they remain in first place in the Florida State League West Division. So here's Carlos De La Cruz, a runner on, 1 out in this bottom half for the 4th inning. Fightin' Phils trail 4-1. Here's the pitch, swung on, and it's fouled straight back, and it's no balls, 1 strike to Carson Taylor. Carlos De La Cruz is on deck. So he'll be up after Taylor, barring a double play ball. Here's the 0-1. And that is at the belt for a strike. It's 0-2. Carson Taylor 0 for 1 today. He's cooled down a bit over his last handful of games, hitting just .235 across his last 5. He's still a .305 hitter, 4 home runs, 29 RBI. Hasn't homered, though, since April 20th at Binghamton. 0-2. And that gets the inside corner, called strike 3. Taylor not happy with it. Makes his displeasures known to home plate umpires, Zanik Zedek. Nonetheless, it is a strikeout. 5th for Sproat. And that brings Carlos De La Cruz to the plate. 2 outs in the 4th.
And a lot of talking going on by Taylor, and it appears the dugout as well. As home plate umpire points now in the direction of the Phils dugout as Taylor makes his way to the top step. It's a big strikeout, however, for Sproat.
First pitch, De La Cruz takes for a strike. It's 0-1. From up here, it looked like it may have been a hair below the knees to Carson Taylor.
Wasn't like it was a drastically missed call. If it was a bit low, it was a bit low with 2 strikes.
No balls, 1 strike to De La Cruz. The pitch swung on, broken back, ground ball towards third. Charging short and Fields throws. on the run. It's in time. That actually hit off the netting behind home plate. But nonetheless, that retires the side in the fourth as 5-3 goes the putout. In the inning for Reading, they get one run. They do it on 2 hits. There were no errors. And 1 left on base. We go to the 5th. Rumble Ponies still on top. It's 4-1.
Every time you grab an ice-cold 20-ounce Pepsi, you'll find a Pepsi emoji on the side of the bottle. So while the Pepsi delivers this, the Pepsi emoji delivers this. Ooh. So go ahead, crack open a Pepsi and tell the world how you feel and what you love with Pepsi emojis. Say it with Pepsi.
International Fireworks is the official fireworks provider of the Phillies. International Fireworks shoots every fireworks show throughout the season, including 9 Mega Blast fireworks shows. International Fireworks also provides the pregame fireworks after the national anthem at each game. International Fireworks has a nearby retail store in Douglasville, Pennsylvania, where you can purchase all of your fireworks. Visit fireworksrus.com for more information about the International Fireworks retail store in Douglasville. Thanks again to International Fireworks, the official fireworks provider of the Phillies.
Top half of the 5th inning, and the Fightin' Phils would like to recognize Body Zone Sports and Wellness as the official workout facility of the Phils. Vernon University going to Wolves, call to the bullpen, brings in Carlos Francisco in a 4-1 ball game.
Making his 14th appearance for the Fightin' Phils in 2024. He's 1-0 with a 4.0 earned run average. In those 13 games so far, 18 innings pitched, 20 strikeouts, and 14 walks.
So it'll be 3, 4, 5 of the Rumble Ponies lineup due up here against Carlos Francisco, who relieves Efrain Contreras. First pitch is swung on and tapped towards the third base side. Simmons in on the grass, fields it. Sidearm flip across the diamond is in time. And 1 pitch, 1 out for Francisco, and that'll bring Kevin Parada to the plate. So today, Efrain Contreras, 4 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, 2 walk, and 1 strikeout. So Kevin Parada will dig on in from the right side, slightly open stance. As Francisco fires, it misses down and in. 1 ball, no strike to Parada. Parada, the catcher, 1 for 1 today. Double, scored a run. Also had a sac fly in the first. Couple of RBI for Parada. The pitch. That's down for a ball. It's 2-0. Parada, who was a 11th overall pick in the first round in 2022 by the Mets, played his college baseball over at Georgia Tech. Here's the 2-0, and Parada takes it outside, 3-0. Split last year between 3 levels. Started the year in St. Lucie, had a stop in Brooklyn, then finished off the season with AA Binghamton. 3-0, and that's upstairs ball 4. So after retiring Jordan on 1 pitch, Kevin Parada walks on 4. And it's a man on first here for Nolan McLean. So McLean will dig on in from the right side, making his AA debut on this Tuesday morning. At least his debut as a hitter. Will make his AA debut as a pitcher tomorrow night. First pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. It's 0-1. McLean, a 2-way player. Started the season with Brooklyn, made 7 starts for the Cyclones on the mound. Also hit .222 as a hitter. 0-1, check swing. Open umpire Zdenek Zedek will say he went. It's 0-2. So far today, McLean's 1 for 2. Had an RBI single his last time up in the 3rd, so his first AA hit and first AA RBI. 0-2. Swung on, ground ball, soft to third. Simmons charges, he'll go the long way to first, it's in time. 5-3 goes the put out. Parada up to second. 2 outs in this 5th inning for Ryan Clifford. Rumble Ponies lead it 4-1.
Right decision there for Kendall Simmons. It would have been bang bang at second base with Parada on the slow roller, but he had a little more time until Clifford got himself out of the batter's box, and so Simmons made the right choice there to make sure he gets at least the 1 out.
Clifford digs in left side, 2 outs in this top half of the 5th inning. Francisco checks the runner, deals home, swung on and missed. It's 0-1. Clifford 0 for 1 today. Ground out the second. Last time up, did walk in the second. His other plate appearance today. 0-1. That's down and in, 1-1.
Jake, we were talking in our pregame show about they're getting to that point where some players at the lower levels in the Phillies organizations might start to get pushed up a little bit. Looks like the Mets are already starting to do that with some of the guys in this Binghamton roster. There's 3 guys playing their first handful of games just in today's lineup alone.
1-1 misses outside, it's 2-1. Also, a couple of Rumble Ponies got promoted to AAA prior to today's game. Blade Tidwell and Ryland Thomas both heading up to Syracuse. 2-1. Excuse me, swing. Tap foul in and out of the Rumble Ponies dugout on the left side, and it's 2-2. And of course, McLean, one of those new guys. Ryan Clifford, another one.
Yep.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The top half of the 5th. Binghamton leads 4-1. Francisco deals. And that's way inside, 3-2. Clifford, the lefty, had to back out of the way of it. So now the count goes full to Ryan Clifford. Nobody on first, so Parada will not have to take off on the pitch.
Well, the other one I'm thinking of with the Rumble Ponies is their starting pitcher, Sproat, making just his second start.
Pitch. Swung on, hit in the air, straight up behind home plate. The Freitas ditches the mask, tosses it to his right, backs up a couple of steps, and he'll make the catch as he backpedals back onto the home plate dirt circle. So that ends the inning in the top of the 5th. No runs for the Rumble Ponies, no hits, no errors. They do leave 1. We're halfway home in baseball town. Fightin Phil's trail 4-1, bottom of the 5th, up after this.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 75 years of senior living.
Watch me now.
Listen up, baseball fans. The Bally Live app is your home for everything MILB. Download the app today and watch every single MILB game absolutely free. Chat and interact with other fans. Play daily games and win prizes. Plus, you'll get access to the MILB Zone, where you can follow your favorite MILB players and teams all season long. So step up to the plate and download the Bally Live app today.
Bottom half of the 5th inning is presented by Cornwall Manor, an active senior living community in Cornwall, Pennsylvania, including a 190-acre wooded campus with many walking trails, including the Lebanon County Rail Trail. 4-1, Rumble Ponies on top. Ethan Wilson leads off. It's 6-7-8 up against Brendan Sproat, who, Bob, outside of last innings, looked pretty good today.
He really has. The Phils looked like maybe they were starting to figure him out. Second time through the lineup with Marcus Lee Sang hitting a ball hard to right field, but the ballpark held it in. Jose Rodriguez hitting it harder. The ballpark did not hold it in. Now you at least got a run across, and as Jake said, the shutout and the no-hitter gone in the same blow. And then Caleb Ricketts gets the base hit. Maybe got something going here. But to Sproat's credit, he got Taylor out on a strikeout And then the ground out to De La Cruz gets himself out of any further trouble.
First pitch to Wilson, a strike. Second pitch, a curveball dropped in for a strike, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. Ethan Wilson 0 for 1 today, struck out his first time up. 0-2, swung on and whistled foul to the right side. Hits off the facing of the Savage dugout suite and retrieved by Tristan Garnett, who was very spry out of the bullpen to get that one. And an underhand toss one into the crowd. 0-2. Wilson takes outside for a ball. It's 1-2. 6-7-8 due up. Ethan Wilson, as Bob said, was just 1 for 15 last week at Richmond after a really strong week the week before against Hartford. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Wilson chases after a changeup in the dirt. And that's the first out of the inning. 6 strikeout for Sproats, and that'll bring Kendall Simmons to the plate.
And Wilson has not looked very comfortable in any of the swings he's had so far against Sproat.
6 strikeouts for Sproat today. He's allowed just 2 hits. Both came in the 4th. A home run to Rodriguez and a single to Ricketts, but that's been all the damage. He's at 54 pitches. Season high is 90, so still plenty of real estate left for Sproat. First pitch, Simmons watches the curveball in for a strike. It's 0-1. Kendall Simmons was the first base run of the day for Reading. He walked back in the 3rd. Was eventually picked off, though, by Sproat. 0-1 is on the inside corner. It's 0-2. Really good spot by Sproat. He's quickly ahead of Simmons, who steps out and asks for time. Sproat's a 23-year-old. His first season as a pro. 0-2. Simmons swings and lifts it foul to the right side. Stays 0-2. Was a second-round pick by the Mets in the 2023 draft. Didn't pitch last season as he threw a lot of innings, over 100 for Florida in 2023. 0-2. Misses outside, 1-2. Actually was drafted 3 times. 2019 by the Rangers, and by the Mets in 22, and again in 2023. 1-2, Simmons hits it in the air well, out towards left center field. Clifford and Ramirez both turn, and it's gone. Kendall Simmons, a solo shot, and the Fightin' Phils now cut the deficit in half. It is 4-2 on Simmons' 3rd of the season.
And that was well driven over that left center field fence, almost hit off the base of the Redbirds Event Center in what will eventually be the bullpens once that portion of the project is complete. But Kendall Simmons hit it well. So the Phils chipping away at this. Now they need to get some base runners.
Kendall Simmons hit it well, 108 off the bat. 96-mile-per-hour fastball. It traveled 440 feet. Now Martin hits one in the air out towards left. Back-to-back. Casey Martin goes deep. It's 4-3. 3rd of the season for Martin. Little SEC on SEC crime right there. And the Fightin' Phils are all of a sudden rolling.
Yeah, the kids are loving it here. Seeing the long ball bringing the fans to their feet here at the ballpark. But I said it just before this inning got started. Just felt like, Jake, when the second time through the lineup that the Phils were starting to get a little bit better contact against Sproat. Marcus Lee Sang started with that long fly ball to the warning track in right field. And then Rodriguez, that's why I said that strikeout to Carson Taylor, in which he went back to the dugout complaining about the pitch, really helped change that inning back into control for Sproat. But the Phils have clearly figured something out because they've teed off on him now 3 times in this rotation, this order through the rotation on the Phils lineup.
106 off the bat, 403 feet, 94-mile-per-hour fastball. That was pretty much center cut. First pitch to the Freitas. He swings, line drive, left field line. That's a base hit. Big turnaround first forward to Freitas. He'll stop. Clifford got to it quickly. Like you said, Bob, Reading, the bottom of the lineup, has figured something out. Here's Marcus Lee Sang.
Yeah, and again, Marcus is the one who started it last inning by hitting one to the warning track in right field. So now, if you're Binghamton, you got to start figuring something out here. And that bullpen, which has been stone quiet, is going to have to start to get moving a little bit. Parada went out and talked to his young pitcher before that at bat by DeFreitas, but again, first pitch swinging.
First pitch to Lee Sang. He will take down for a ball. It's 1-0. For
But
what it's
they
worth,
clearly have him on the ropes right now.
5 hits today for Reading. It's the first time this season Sproat has allowed more than 3 hits in a start. 1-0. Lee Sang, big swing and a miss. I think he wanted to get in on the party. It's 1-1.
Yeah, again, they're not just hits. They're hard hit balls. Even the base hit by Ricketts, which was a roller up the middle, was a hard hit ball right up the middle and a base hit off the bat.
1-1. The pitch. Lee Sang swinging a foul ball, rolls to the right side, and it's 1-2. Schwartz let it roll for a minute because that ball was not dead.
I was trying to figure out if that hit his bat twice, because neither Marcus Lee Sang nor the pitcher Kevin Parada really moved after it.
1 ball, 2 strikes. DeFreitas gets his lead off first. 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. 4-3, Reading trails. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Lee Sang down on strikes. Second strikeout of the inning, 7th strikeout of the afternoon for Sproats, and that brings Jose Rodriguez to the plate. Well, it's crazy how Sproats seemed like he was in total control of this game. Now all of a sudden Reading has him on the ropes. We'll see if they can push him off now. Jose Rodriguez batting. He homered his first time up. Well, excuse me, his last time up. The pitch. Swung on, ground ball, and it's actually a line drive snared by the third baseman Jordan. So he makes the catch. That retires the side in the 5th, but another well-hit ball, 99 off the bat. That retires the side in the 5th. But Reading, 2 runs, 3 hits, including back-to-back home runs. There were no errors and 1 left on base. We'll go to the 6th. It's a new ball game, 4-3. Binghamton still on top.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 75 years of senior living. When the Reading Fightin' Phils get hungry, we turn to our team feed partners. Special thanks to Chick-fil-A, Giovanna's Pizzeria, Railroad House, Why I'm Missing Restaurant and Bakery, Jersey Mike's Subs, Mimo's Italian Restaurant and Bakery, Subway, and Clean Eats for making sure the Fightin' Phils front office is never hungry on game day. Our staff enjoys delicious meals from our team feed partners. Don't take our word for it. Find out for yourself today.
Top of the 6th inning, life has been injected here back at FirstEnergy Stadium. Binghamton still on top. It's 4-3. Reading
not just
did get
because
2.
SpongeBob SquarePants is playing on the video board.
That too. 4-3 our score. Binghamton leads. Top of the 6th inning, brought to you by the Manor Golf Club, one of the oldest public golf courses in eastern Pennsylvania, located conveniently between Philadelphia, Allentown, and Lancaster in Sinking Spring. So JT Schwartz leads off. Carlos Francisco back out there. It is the bottom third of the lineup for Binghamton due up. Here's the first pitch home, outside for a ball 1-0. So in that inning, Reading 2 home runs. First time this year Reading has hit multiple home runs in an inning. Up to 3 home runs today, which ties a season high. Last time Reading hit 3 in a game was May the 9th against Hartford. 1-0 is on the outside corner, 1-1. It's the first instance in which our Phils have homered in back-to-back at-bats this year. 1 ball, 1 strike here to JT Schwartz, who's 0 for 1. Pitch, swung on, lifted in the air, out towards left center field. Wilson and Lee Sang both go over. Lee Sang the call on the catch in left center field as he bangs up against the light blue Feezer sign. That's out number 1 for Jeremiah Jackson, but to complete that thought, the last time our Phils hit back-to-back home runs was August 2nd of last year at Hartford. Oliver Dunn and Jalen Ortiz did it. But then also, those home runs that Reading has hit today were their first ones since May the 11th. Reading went 7 games in a row without hitting a home run. First pitch to Jackson inside for a ball. It's 1-0. So the home run outage quickly has been solved with 3 today. As we said, snapped a 7-game streak of no home runs. Here's the pitch. It's inside for a ball. It's 2-0. Reading did hit plenty of doubles last week. They had 15, 5 in a game twice. Those 15 doubles led the Eastern League for the week. It's 2 balls and no strikes here to Jackson, the pitch. Swung on and tap foul behind home plate. It's 2-1.
This is a big spot, though, for Francisco. His job, obviously, is to keep Binghamton from retaliating after the Phils have closed this to within a run after scoring 3 now in the last 2 at-bats.
Here's the pitch. Swung on, lazily lifted in the air. Left side of the infield. Casey Martin glares up with the glare of his sunglasses reflecting off. Will make the catch. That's out number 2. 4 in a row retired by Francisco. 2 outs in the 6 for Wyatt Young.
Well, we thought that maybe Binghamton would get some activity after what the Phils have done to Sproat in the last couple innings, but that bullpen is quiet now. They started to stir a little bit, but nobody ever got up to throw and warm up with any pitches, and now they're quiet again.
Here's the pitch. Swung on, grounded towards second. Charging's Rodriguez on a couple of hops. Throws the first in time, and it's a very quick 1-2-3 inning for Carlos Francisco. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. We have played 5.5 here from America's Classic Ballpark. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Fightin' Phil's trailing. It's 4-3.
When you drive a vehicle so reliable it's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty, you stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see what you're capable of in a vehicle that inspires confidence around every corner. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available. Warranties include 10-year 100,000-mile powertrain and 5-year 60,000-mile basic. Warranties are limited. See retailer for details.
Briganti Wines offers a great selection of wines in New Jersey and eastern Pennsylvania. Headquartered in South Jersey and sourced from Italy's Abruzzo region, Briganti Wines is ran by former Fightin' Phil's great and big leaguer Mike Costanzo. They are committed to quality, authenticity, and sustainability, attracting a loyal following of customers. Get Briganti Wines at select local Acme stores. Visit brigantiwines.com to learn more.
Bottom half of the 6th inning. Fightin' Phil's trail it 4-3. Brennan Sproat back on the mound. Caleb Ricketts will lead off. And also this day in Baseball Town History Update is brought to you by our friends over at Savage Auto Group. May 21st, 2013 at Reading, Jesse Biddle and Mauricio Robles combined to shut it out 2-3-0 on 4 hits. Biddle gets his 3rd win of the season by going 7 2/3 innings, 3 hits, 4 walks, while fanning 9. Caleb Ricketts leads off, digs in from the left side against Sproat. Reading trails by 1. First pitch home is swung on, line drive, down the right field line, fair, rolls to the corner. Wheeling around first is Ricketts. He'll head to second, that's where he'll stop. And it's a leadoff double for Caleb Ricketts. And the Fightin' Phils are quickly in business. 4th double of the year for Ricketts.
Like I said, I'm really surprised that Sproat is out there with no activity in the bullpen, but with that, all of a sudden, it looks like a pack of bumblebees down in the Rumble Ponies bullpen. Again, nobody has yet to begin to throw, but I think that's going to change in a matter of seconds because the Phils continue to hit line drives right now off of Brandon Sproat.
Here's Carson Taylor in from the left side, tying run on second in this bottom of the 6th. Sproat deals. Taylor takes the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. Carson Taylor is 0 for 2 today. Batting average sits just a hair over 300 at 302. Has the most RBI on the team with 29. Sproat checks back the pitch. Taylor swings, ground ball first. Almost eaten up by Schwartz, but he's able to stay with it. Fields it letter high, takes the bag himself. Taylor's retired. Ricketts does go up to third. So it is a productive out from Carson Taylor. Tying run 90 feet away for Carlos De La Cruz.
Yeah, that's a great job by Taylor. He hit it hard and a nice play by Schwartz, and it's a good thing that made for, in the case of Sproat, it was hit as hard as it was because he didn't really get over there in time for the throw. Schwartz had to take that himself, and he had to outrun Taylor to the bag because Brandon Sproat pretty much stayed on the mound initially, and after Schwartz fielded it, he had to take care of business himself.
Infield up for the Rumble Ponies. First pitch to De La Cruz. Swung on, lifted, out of play, foul. It's 0-1, off to the right side. Outfield, though, pretty deep. So for Carlos, you just got to find a way to lift one into the air deep enough to score Ricketts from third.
Cameron Foster is the right-hander up in the Ponies bullpen.
And the pitch is swung on by De La Cruz. Popped out behind home plate. Catcher Parada's off with the mask, and he will make the catch. So De La Cruz is retired. 2 outs for Ethan Wilson. A nice job also by Parada. He pointed to the pitcher, Sproat, to get on home plate to prevent any thought of maybe a tag up from Caleb Ricketts should Binghamton have been caught sleeping.
And so the frustrations for De La Cruz could continue. As again, that's a big spot. All of a sudden a fly ball, and this ball game is tied. You fought out of a 4-0 hole, but now it's up to Ethan Wilson to come through, and he's struggled against Sproat so far.
First pitch to Wilson, watches one down the chute. Fastball at 90, breaking pitch at 84.
Just doesn't seem like Ethan Wilson has figured out what he's seeing from Sproat.
0-1, swing and a miss, it's 0-2. Way behind a fastball at 96, Wilson is. 0 for 2 today, Ethan Wilson is. Couple of strikeouts for the lefty from Alabama. The 0-2. That's low and away for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Wilson. Caleb Ricketts is the tying run. He stands 90 feet away. Reading trails 4-3, bottom 6. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Wilson after a curveball in the dirt. He's down on strikes. That retires the side in the 6th. 8th strikeout for Brandon Sproat today. No runs in the inning for Reading on a hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We'll head to the 7th. Fightin' Phil still trail to Binghamton. It's 4-3.
Fans, nothing beats a great day at Golden Oaks Golf Club. Located just minutes from Reading, Golden Oaks is a beautiful, award-winning golf course open to the public with perfect greens, lush fairways, and a course playing for 5 sets of tees. Bogey's Pub is open to the public with the area's best full-course menu, featuring indoor and outdoor seating and TVs to watch your favorite sports teams. Let the Golden Oaks Golf Club team cater to your need. Lunch, dinner, golf outings, parties, company events, and fundraisers. Visit our website at GoldenOaksGolfClub.com and follow Golden Oaks Golf Club and Bogey's Pub on Facebook. Golden Oaks Golf Club, where great memories are made.
The Fightin' Phils thank White Star Travel and Tours for presenting the 2024 Fightin' Phils Fan Road Trip. This year's trip runs from July 26th to 29th and features stops to see the Fightin' Phils in New Hampshire, along with the chance to meet a player and coach. The trip also heads to the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, a Red Sox-Yankees game at Fenway Park, and finally Citizens Bank Park to see the Phillies take on the New York Yankees.
Top half of the 7th inning. A reminder that the Fightin' Phils are excited to bring you our Phils baseball live from the comfort of your own home or work, depending on where you are right now. Join us on the Fightin' Phils Radio Network on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, or ourphils.com/radio. Binghamton on top, it's 4-3. Alberta University Golden Wolves call to the bullpen, brings in the big lefty, Tristan Garnett, to face the top of the Rumble Ponies lineup.
Tristan Garnett making his 14th appearance. 1-on-1 with a 1.50 earned run average. 18 innings pitched, 23 strikeouts. He has surrendered 15 walks.
And first pitch is a ball. It's 1-0 to Matt Rudick. Here's the 1-0. And that's outside for a ball, 2-0. So 14th appearance for Garnett. That is tied for the team lead with Francisco, who held that team mark for about 35 minutes. 2-0. And Rudick takes down for a ball. It's 3-0.
But a great job by Carlos Francisco. He did exactly what you want him to do, which is to put a couple of zeros up on the board in the 5th and the 6th inning and trying to keep the Ponies at bay until his team can try to win this ballgame.
Here's the 3-0, and that's upstairs ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk issued by Tristan Garnett puts Rudick aboard, and that brings Alex Ramirez to the plate.
And really not all that close on any of those 4 from Garnett.
Garnett pitched a couple of times at Richmond last week. Total an inning and a third, 2 hits, no runs. As Ramirez digs in from the right side, Garnett fires home. Swung on hard, hit ground ball to short. Bobbled by Martin, throws to second for 1, relay to first. Not in time, so it'll be a 6-4 fielder's choice. Even with the bobble, almost had a chance to get the double play.
That could have been, and almost was, the worst double play in the history of baseball. Casey Martin bobbled it. Jose Rodriguez made a great turn, but a bad throw. And Carson Taylor hangs on for the play at first. And Ramirez, who can run, clearly wasn't running all that hard out of the batter's box. And they still almost turned the double play.
Ball was crushed, 105 off the bat. So Garnett fires the Jordan, runner takes off, and it's in and out of the mitt of the Freitas. So stolen base for Ramirez. That's his second today, 19th of the season. So now all of a sudden it's a runner in scoring position for the Rumble Ponies.
But here's a big spot now for Garnett, because theoretically he should be out of a jam. That was a tailor-made double play on a one-hopper to Casey Martin. It won't go down in the books as an error.
The pitch swung on, lifted in the air towards the right side, foul territory. De La Cruz gives it a look, but it'll go out of play foul, just off to the right of the pool area in right field, and it's 1-1.
So sometimes those can be some of the hidden things that stats don't tell you in a ball game, because again, if in fact the Rumble Ponies can figure out a way to get that run home, it would not go down as an unearned run. But there should not be anybody on base right now.
1-1. Swung on, poke foul, right side. It stays. Now it goes to 1-2.
The heck of a changeup by Garnett. And to say he had Rowdy Jordan fooled, Rowdy Jordan was almost out in front of the batter's box when he made contact at that. He didn't throw the bat at the ball. He threw his whole entire body at the ball. He was that far out in front of it.
Ball and 2 strikes to Rowdy Jordan. Big lead for Ramirez, and they haven't picked off. They'll throw to the second baseman Rodriguez. Holt chase him down, pump fake of throw, throws to Simmons. Holt chase the runner down, tags him out. Actually, well, the ball came out for a second. They're going to say
the umpire called it.
The umpire called him out.
The umpire called him out. And now let's wait and see.
And there's nobody covering home.
So we have total chaos right now. The first base umpire, Chad Patterson, called him out on the tag, and the ball came loose. Ramirez, to his credit, kept running, and then there's a play at third. So now we're going to wait and see what this is all about, because there's no question that the first base umpire, Chad Patterson, pumped his fist to call him out.
And there's no argument from the Reading side either.
Nope.
Unless he was saying the ball came loose.
Certainly didn't look like it, because everybody reacted the same as if he was out, and that's what Kendall Simmons, who was making that tag, said. So Ramirez is now at third base.
We'll see what that goes down as.
It has to be an error, because they had him picked off. It can't be a stall. Yeah, there it is. Error. It's got to be an error on Simmons.
So it's 1-2. Here's the pitch. That one's poked in the air towards center. Lee Sang goes back. He'll make the catch. Tagging from third is Ramirez in a run that never even should have scored. Crosses home, and it's 5-3 Binghamton.
So Jordan gets the RBI. And as Jake said, that run should not have scored in more ways than one. Ramirez should have never been on first base if they execute the double play. He should have never been on third base if they execute the rundown. And based upon your opinion of what the umpires were doing, he should have never been on third base based on whether or not he was out on the tag and whether the ball was knocked out on a tag and he was out or not.
First pitch to Parada, swings and it's fouled back, 0-1. Unless the umpire called him out, then immediately said, no, he's
Correct.
safe because the ball came out.
Right. I mean, Simmons was tagging him with the ball in his bare hand. So you got to hold on to the tag.
And that's inside for a ball. It's 1-1.
It's no different than if the ball goes in your glove and you slide in and you kick the ball out of the glove with your fist. Now, if he had swung and knocked it out with his hand, then that would not be the case. But Simmons went to tag him with the ball in his bare hand, and the ball came out.
So next pitch is up for a ball. It's 2-1. So it's not put in as an error.
Nope.
There is an error on the scoreboard.
Right, there was an error that allowed him to go to third.
But I'm saying on game day, it's not put in as an error.
Okay.
That's a strike. It's 2-2. So I'll check on that and see if there's an explanation for that. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And that'll retire the side here in the 7th. So all in all, in the inning, there is 1 run. There were no hits. As of now, there is no errors. So we'll circle back on that. And there's nobody left on base. We will go to the bottom of the 7th. It is stretch time from America's classic ballpark. Rumble Ponies on top. It's 5-3.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
Welcome to Aspire Memory Support at the Highlands of Wyomissing, where every day is filled with purpose and connection. Our innovative approach, featuring the Hearthstone Institute's renowned I'm Still Here program, ensures that every resident living with Alzheimer's or dementia experiences a life worth living. With evidence-based techniques and personalized care, we focus on meaningful engagement to reduce common symptoms like agitation and anxiety. Join us in celebrating the person behind the memory loss with activities tailored to their unique interests and abilities. Discover the difference with Aspire Memory Support at the Highlands at Wyomissing. Call us today and embrace a renewed sense of purpose for your loved one.
Bottom half of the 7th inning is brought to you by Swartz Culleton PC. Have you or a loved one been injured? Get justice. Call Swartz Culleton today at 1-800-JUSTICE. Brandon Sproat stays in at 75 pitches for Binghamton. And Kendall Simmons will lead off against him. 7, 8, 9 due up for the Fightin' Phils. A trio that did damage off Sproat the last time they saw him. And with 9 outs left to work with, Reading looking to have similar results here. Sproat for the windup, deals home. The first pitch is down for a ball. It's 1-0. Simmons today, a walk and a home run. Here's the pitch, and it is on the outside corner for a strike. It's 1 ball, 1 strike to Kendall Simmons. Reading does have action again in the bullpen. It is Zach Hockey who is up and throwing. Simmons takes the next one for a ball. It's 2-1. Once again, my name is Jake Starr, joined alongside by Bob McCool. Joining you here today on the Fightin' Phils Radio Network. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Big one by Simmons. It's 2-2.
Yeah, Kendall's got one thing in his mind right now, and that's trying to get that run back that the Phils just gave up in the top half.
And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes to Simmons. No outs, bottom 7. 5-3, Binghamton leads. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Simmons goes down on strikes. So strikeout number 9 this afternoon for Sproat. That'll bring Casey Martin to the plate. So Sproat now at 6 1/3 innings. That's a new career high. Granted, it's a career that's only spanned this year. So season high, I guess you could say. And that 9 strikeout, also a new season and career high. First pitch to Martin. Swings, pops it up the first base line, foul territory. Parada throws the mask to his right, makes the catch. And 2 quick outs here in the 7th for Arturo De Freitas.
The Phils are making it a whole lot easier for him in here in the 7th inning. Kendall Simmons, the couple of healthy cuts coming up empty for a quick strikeout, and then Casey Martin out on 1 pitch.
So De Freitas digs in, 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. 5-3 our score. Binghamton on top of the Fightin' Phils. First pitch, De Freitas swings and misses. It's 0-1. Out in front of a changeup at 87. So De Freitas will step out and ask for time. Here's the 0-1, and that one, like, just got away from Sproat, way down and in. 1-1 to the righty, De Freitas. Arturo's 1 for 2 today. Has his average up to 294. Hits in his last 5 as well. Here's the 1-1. Outside for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike to De Freitas. The 22-year-old catcher will be 23 a week from today. Birthday on May the 28th. Comes from Venezuela. Signed with the Phillies back in 2018. 2-1, swing and a miss, 2-2. De Freitas a big hack. Helmet almost fell off. So 2-2, the pitch from Sproat. Swung on, tapped in the ground, soft to third. Charging is Jordan. Fields throws in time. And that'll retire the side in the 7th. 3 up, 3 down for the Fightin' Phils. We will go to the 8th. Binghamton still on top. It is 5-3.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
Join us as we celebrate Reading's Spanish and Latino culture during 12 Friday home games this season. The Savage Auto Group Fiesta Fridays are presented by Catay Law Offices, Suburban Brewing Company, Carl's Cards and Collectibles, Humane Pennsylvania, Star City Boxing, and the American Diner. Fiesta Friday features special Los Luchadores de Reading uniforms, Hispanic and Latino food and music, and other cultural elements throughout the ballpark. Get your tickets now by calling 610-370-BALL, online at ourphils.com, or at the Customers Bank ticket office.
We go to the top of the 8th inning. Nolan McLean leads off for the Rumble Ponies. Zach Hockey is in on the mound to face him. And to take back over on the play-by-play, it's my broadcast partner, Bob McCool.
All right, thank you very much, Jake Starr. Zach Hockey on, as Jake said, here in the 8th appearance of the season for Hockey. Just activated off the development list. Hockey on the season, 1-2 with a 7.71 earned run average on the year. 11 2/3 innings pitched. He has struck out 11. He has walked 14. That has obviously been the issue for Zach Hockey here in 2024 with the bases on balls. He enters here in the top half of the 8th inning in a 5-3 Fightin' Phils deficit. Nolan McLean will lead it off for the Rumble Ponies here in the 8th. McLean making his Double-A appearance today is 1 for 3 with an RBI single back in the 3rd inning. And the first pitch is just a bit outside for a ball. It's 1-0. McLean grounded out to short, grounded out to 3rd on either side of that RBI single. And now it's 2-0 from Hockey. And that one's low. It's 3-0. So Tristan Garnett goes just the 1 inning. Did not give up a hit, did give up a run. Walked 1 and struck out 1. 2-1 pitch is lifted foul and out of play, and all of a sudden it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to McLean. Mentioned McLean came to Oklahoma State from his native Willow Spring, North Carolina, to play both sports, and he did. He was a redshirt freshman quarterback at Oklahoma State and then ultimately decided to just stick to baseball. And fouls another one out of play, keeps it at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two-time All Big 12 player as a utility player because he was both a pitcher and a player. That's what he's trying to do right now. He'll be the starting pitcher tomorrow night. He's the designated hitter for the Rumble Ponies today. 2-2 pitch to him is up high, ball 3. As Hockey runs the count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Hockey, 27-year-old veteran. Comes with his 3-2 pitch. Ripped into left field. That'll be another base hit for Nolan McLean. He's a leadoff base runner for the Rumble Ponies, and that's been a trend for Binghamton here in this ballgame.
Left fielder Ryan Clifford.
Fourth time in 8 innings that Binghamton has had a leadoff base runner, and now we're getting a pinch runner for McLean. As Ryan Clifford now will bat. I believe it is Omar De Los Santos who is on the base pass now. That is the case. So De Los Santos is now running for McLean as Clifford bats. Good size lead for De Los Santos. Hockey to the plate. Runner takes off, and DeFreitas juggles the ball. De Los Santos slides into second base without a throw as DeFreitas has to chase it down behind home plate. So that'll be a stolen base for De Los Santos. And it's 1 ball and no strikes now to Ryan Clifford. And now time is called. Hockey wants to talk things over with DeFreitas. This may have to do with the runner at second base and a changing of the signs. Ryan Clifford is the number 4 prospect in the Mets organization. Came to New York in the trade in which the Mets traded Justin Verlander to the Houston Astros. Clifford and Drew Gilbert, who's also a highly regarded prospect, obviously, in the Mets organization. Those 2 young minor leaguers traded for Justin Verlander last August. 1 ball and no strikes to the left-hand hitter, and that's just outside. It's 2-0. Clifford is just 20 years of age, won't turn 21 until July the 20th. Last year, played on 3 different teams because of the trade. That one's outside. It's 3-0. He started at Fayetteville, which is the Astros single-A squad. Played 25 games there, then went to Asheville, the high A level for the Astros, and then 32 more games for Brooklyn after the trade to the Mets organization. 3 balls and no strikes to him. And that misses as well. It's ball 4. So Hockey goes 3-2 on the leadoff man, McLean, who gets a single. Then the pinch runner, De Los Santos, steals second, and Clifford walks. So the first 2 base runners, the first 2 batters Zach Hockey faces both reach base. And now JT Schwartz will bat. And a conversation on the mound as Phil Canderi is going to come out and talk to Hockey. As I said when I brought the numbers to the table for Zach Hockey, 11 2/3 innings pitched and 14 walks in that time frame. He's also surrendered 15 hits. That's what he's done so far. He's given up a hit and a walk. 2 on, nobody out. Ponies lead at 5-3. And JT Schwartz is at the plate. Schwartz 0 for 2 on today with a walk mixed in. Strikeout, fly out, and a walk. So Zach Hockey, the 4th pitcher for the Phils so far this afternoon. Still yet to record an out here in the 8th inning. De Los Santos takes his lead off of second. Clifford off of first. Pitch to the left-hand hitting Schwartz is low, ball 1. Hockey originally drafted by the Kansas City Royals out of the University of Kentucky. Signed by the Phillies last March, the very end of spring training. 1-0 pitch is over for a called strike. It's 1-1. I don't believe that JT Schwartz thought it was a strike, but it is. It's 1-1. Swing and a miss. Good off-speed pitch there. The changeup had Schwartz fooled. It's 1-2 strikes. Hockey looking for the punch out here or the ground ball in the infield. 2-on, nobody out. And he's 1-2 strikes now to JT Schwartz, who takes a long time to get back into the batter's box after calling time. Misses inside, it's 2-2. Hockey fastball, cutter, and change. That's what he tried to throw there, was the cutter, but missed it inside. The cutter is a new pitch that Hockey has developed in the offseason and into spring training. He's now in a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Fouls this one straight back. It stays 2-2. Rumble Ponies hitters have made the Fightin's pitchers work. They've fouled off a lot of pitches in his game today. Hockey takes a look back at second. Comes with his 2-2 pitch. Lifted up in the air, foul territory. Carson Taylor, the first baseman, drifts over and will make the catch for out number 1 here in the 8th.
Well, I come back with answers that we were looking for. So it is an
That's what
error.
you're here for, Jake.
It was a miscatch error on Kendall Simmons.
Okay, so it does go as an error?
And it is an unearned run.
Okay. So the run surrendered by Tristan Garnett is an unearned run. So Garnett goes an inning, no hits, a run, unearned, a walk, and a strikeout. And 1 out now here in the 8th after the foul pop-up to JT Schwartz, so Jeremiah Jackson bats. So the 5 runs, 7 hits, and no errors for Binghamton. And now officially 3 runs, 6 hits, and 2 errors by the Phils. Jeremiah Jackson 0 for 3 on the day. Both runners take off. They'll throw for the trail runner, and he is out at second base. I don't think Schwartz was expecting them to go for the trail runner. DeFreitas threw down to second base, and they throw him out for out number 2. De Los Santos is safe at third.
Second runner that DeFreitas has thrown out this year, and I was just talking to some people out there about it. DeFreitas has a really good arm and has really quick reflexes. For him, I think sometimes the issue is he's too fast for his own good. That one, he stayed within himself and made a beautiful throw to second.
1-0 count and a foul pop-up drifting towards the Phillies dugout and will be off the netting as Carson Taylor gives chase but will run out of room. So right now, a runner at third base in Carlos De Los Santos, the pinch runner. And 2 outs and 1-1 strike on Jeremiah Jackson.
And you wonder if that's maybe a scouting report type thing. Maybe DeFreitas noticed, when they do a double steal, the trail runner kind of usually dogs it, thinking that they're not going to get the throw down.
Right.
So he says, especially with 1 out. I think no outs, you go to third. 1 out, it makes sense to go to second.
So now it's 1-1 strike to Jackson. Hockey gets that on the outside corner. Now quickly it's 1-2, and Hockey's a pitch away from getting out of this jam here in the 8th inning. 5-3 Binghamton on top. Runner at third and 2 outs. Little tapper in front of the plate. Hockey will take it. He'll make the toss to first, and that will do it for the Ponies here in the 8th. For Binghamton, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left. We head to the bottom of the 8th. It remains Binghamton 5, Reading 3.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin Phil's Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on why ROG Orthodontics is voted #1 in Berks and Monco. ROG Orthodontics and the Fightin Phils, 2 great hometown partners.
Are you looking for a reliable food distributor to meet all your culinary needs? Look no further than our trusted team at Feaser's Food Distributors. For over 120 years, our products have been sourced from the best farms and suppliers, ensuring that you get the best ingredients for your restaurant or organization. From fresh produce to premium meats, Feaser's supplies everything but the appetite. Visit Feasers.com today to experience the difference in working with a top-tier, family-owned food distributor. Feaser's, your partner for success in the kitchen. Looking for a fast and hassle-free way to get your snacks and non-perishable groceries? Look no further than FeasersDirect.com. With just a few clicks, discover the convenience of having your culinary essentials ready for a pickup at our headquarters in Harrisburg.
Thanks to JP Mascaro
The Alberta University Gold Bulls call. The bullpen has been made. He's been warming up for a while. Finally, Cameron Foster is now in the game for the Rumble Ponies.
Cameron Foster enters the game for the Rumble Ponies. And for Foster, the right-handed pitcher completes his warm-up tosses. 8th appearance, has started 4 games. Is actually currently scheduled to start on Sunday of this series. 1-1 at 3.20 ERA, 25 innings pitched, 24 hits, 15 walks, 19 strikeouts. Opponents are hitting .253 against him this season.
He will face the top of the lineup for the Reading Fightin' Phils here in the 8th inning. Fightin's down 5-3. Marcus Lee Sang leading off. Lee Sang 0 for 3 so far on the day. And the first pitch from the right-hander, Cameron Foster, is inside for a ball. Foster is 6'5" and 230 pounds. 25-year-old right-hander, drafted out of McNeese State by the New York Mets in 2022. 1-0 pitch is inside again. It's 2-0. So the Phil's looking for a base runner here, bring the tying run to the plate here in the bottom of the 8th. Lee Sang started and stopped on the appeal down to third base umpire Jared Dewerson, who says he did not go around. So Marcus Lee Sang is ahead 3-0. There's also some action in the Fightin' Phils bullpen as well. 3-0 pitch. There at the letters for a called strike 1. 3 balls and a strike.
Tyler McKay is up and throwing in the Reading bullpen.
Jose Rodriguez on deck to be followed by Carlos Taylor here in the 8th inning, and that's inside ball 4. So Marcus Lee Sang does his job, and that's to get on base now as a leadoff base runner here in the 8th inning.
Of course, the hope for McKay is that he's in a perhaps save situation. Last pitch on Saturday against Richmond. McKay, who's been really good, 4 games, has not allowed a run and just 2 hits since being transferred to Reading from Lehigh Valley last week.
Here's Jose Rodriguez, who's hit the ball hard twice, including a solo home run in the 4th inning. That broke up Brandon Sproat's no-hitter with 1 out in the 4th inning. Got the Phils on the board. 1 of 3 solo home runs so far for the Fightins today. There are 3 runs on the board. First pitch to Rodriguez is over for a called strike. Second one is up high. It's 1-1. Rodriguez last time up hit a rocket right at Rowdy Jordan at third base for the final out in the 5th inning. So 1 for 3 on the day. 1 ball and 1 strike to him. Good size lead for Marcus Lee Sang at first. Rodriguez fouls this one out of play, and he's in the hole 1-2.
You said Rodriguez, a really good month of May, hitting over 300, and he's not striking out really at all. If he doesn't strike out today, it'll be 9 straight games without a strikeout for Jose Rodriguez.
He is behind now 1-2. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th. This one lined into right center field, and that's going to fall for a base hit. Going to roll all the way back to the fence. Marcus Lee Sang will be held at third base as Jose Rodriguez double puts the tying runs on board.
Excellent piece of hitting by Jose Rodriguez. It was 80 with the breaking pitch, just reaches out and hits it hard, 100 off the bat, and he finds a gap. And like I said, bat control has been awesome. It was an off-speed pitch, and he stays with it. The righty stays through it and goes to right center field. Now the Fightin' Phils are in business.
Brings Caleb Ricketts to the plate as Rodriguez picks up the Fightin's 7th hit of the day and his 7th double of the season. And now Ricketts, who's 2 for 3 on the day, bats. First pitch to him is up high for a ball.
Ricketson swinging a good bat. Single, double. Forget about the triple. Let's skip right to what comes after that.
Looking for his first Double-A home run as he stands in. 1-0 pitch is there for a called strike. A double by Ricketts back in the 6th inning, his 4th extra base hit of the year, all of them doubles. 1 ball and 1 strike to the left-handed hitting catcher. DH today. That's way inside. It's 2-1.
On deck, you have Carson Taylor, who is not just due, he is overdue for a big run-producing hit. You got Tyler McKay warming up, who you'd love there to be a safe situation for him.
2 balls and 1 strike to the hitter. Back through the middle and slowed down by the second baseman Young. His throw to first is in time, but Marcus Lee Sang will come home. It'll be an RBI for Ricketts. It's a 5-4 game.
Man, just need to hit it a little bit harder, and this game's probably tied right now. But all in all, it does do his job. Got a ball in play with the infield back, scores 1. So it's a 1-run game. Now the infield comes up with 1 out. So Carson Taylor, you're at 29 RBI this year. You just got to elevate. You got speed on on third in Rodriguez.
First pitch to Carson Taylor. Inside for a ball. Infield up now for the Rumble Ponies, trying to cut down that tying run at third at home.
29 RBI has him tied for first in the Eastern League. Why not get yourself back alone up top?
First 1-0 pitch. There for a called strike. Carson Taylor has either been the leader or certainly among the leaders in the RBI column throughout this 2024 season. And a chance to try to tie this up here in the bottom of the 8th. Fisted into shallow left center field. Clifford he's gonna give away to Ramirez. They'll tag the throw home. It's not in time, and we're tied. Sacrifice fly and an RBI. Carson Taylor ties the game.
Well, good thing Jose Rodriguez did not get deked like Bob McCool, because that was a really nice job, though, with the deke, because they wanted to see if they could get Rodriguez off a little bit. It definitely sold me up here as well. I won't just put it on you. But Rodriguez disciplined when Clifford went up with the glove and watches Ramirez catch the ball, and it's a tie game. Those are the small things you don't notice in a baseball game when they're trying to get you off a little bit, if you can stay with it.
So Carlos De La Cruz bats now. The bases are empty in a tie ball game. Brand new start for everybody. 5-5, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. And Carlos De La Cruz, first pitch to him is over for a called strike. Carlos 0 for 3 so far on the day. Now he's behind, no balls and 2 strikes.
And that's RBI number 30. So the first in the Eastern League, the 30 RBI this season, it's Carson Taylor.
0-2 pitch. Just misses. It's 1-2. And again, sacrifice flies have been a staple for this 2024 Fightin' Phil's team.
Number 18 on the season.
1-2 now to De La Cruz. Way up and in, spins him off the plate.
And heavy dose of off speed from Foster. I'd be really careful here if I'm Foster, because it's a breaking pitch that Carlos De La Cruz usually can feast on.
2 balls and 2 strikes to him. Way up high, it's 3-2 as he comes to the fastball.
Like you said, went fastball there. Let's see what he does 3-2. Does he challenge him with a fastball or maybe try to bury a curveball?
3-2. Beats it foul, stays alive.
Yeah, went curveball. Was a good spot down the middle, but De La Cruz just a little bit out in front.
So again, Tyler McKay, as Jake said, is the guy warming up in the Fightin' Phil's bullpen. We assume he'll pitch the 9th regardless, whether it's now that it's a tie ball game.
Gotta think so.
De La Cruz trying to maybe change that format if he can do something here as he beats another one foul. This one dribbles into the Rumble Ponies bullpen, Rumble Ponies dugout. Facing Cameron Foster, the right-hander pitching from the stretch. The base is empty, 2 outs. Misses ball 4. I'm not sure how confident Carlos De La Cruz was that was ball 4.
It was
but
down.
He's a base runner.
It was down for sure, but really good at bat by De La Cruz. Continues to fight them off, and here's Ethan Wilson. We'll get a mound visit here from A.J. Sager, the pitching coach. But there's one person in this ballpark right now who is thrilled to not be facing Brandon Sproat.
Amen to that.
It's Ethan Wilson. Let's see if he can make Foster pay.
There's just certain pitchers who have trouble with certain hitters, and there's certain hitters who have certain trouble with pitchers. It's just you don't see the ball well out of their hand, whatever it is. And even though it was righty on lefty, Ethan Wilson was just not getting good swings against Brandon Sproat. And he was a strikeout victim, not once, not twice, but thrice. And so he is, as Jake said, more than happy to see Brandon Sproat out of the game and a new arm to face in Cameron Foster with the go-ahead run now at first base and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th.
McKay keeps throwing to the bullpen, so it went from maybe him just getting in some work to a high leverage spot. Doesn't really matter for McKay. He's one of the most trusted arms in high leverage spots, so it really worked out perfectly.
First pitch, Wilson beats it foul. Even that felt really good to Ethan Wilson because he didn't make contact against Sproat. He either watched a strike or he swung and missed a strike. So there, a little foul ball at least feels a little bit better for Wilson. No balls and a strike to him. That's there at the letters. It's a no 0-2. De La Cruz takes his lead off at first. And now time is called. I think the catcher, Parada, may have called that timeout. If the pitch clock was winding that close to the bottom. 0-2. Joss got a piece of that off the end of his bat.
It's gotten to the point with the pitch clock where maybe beginning of last year, at least for us in our first years, probably paid a lot more attention to the pitch clock. Now it's just at a point where it's second nature and you rarely notice it unless there's a violation called.
Right. Very, very true. De La Cruz, good size lead off of first. No balls and 2 strikes to Ethan Wilson. Beats it on the right side. The pitcher bobbles it, but he will ultimately make the toss. Cameron Foster to J.T. Schwartz to retire the Phils in the 8th. But the Fightins put 2 across. They do it on 1 hit, and they leave 1 after 8. New ball game. It's now Binghamton 5 and Reading 5.
Star City Boxing, located at 1340 Center Avenue Rear in Reading, is a 501c3 nonprofit boxing gym unlike any other. Our goal is to not only help you be fit, but to be the best outlet for our youth and community. We welcome anyone who wants to improve their way of life, be fit, and box competitively or non-competitively. We work with you to reach your goals in and out of the gym. Stop in and meet our stars today. Check us out and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for upcoming events and happenings. Visit our website today at starcityboxing.org for more information on how to join, volunteer with our youth, or support our efforts in the community. Star City Boxing is a proud continued 2024 Our Phil's Fiesta Friday partner.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin' Phil's Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on why ROG Orthodontics is voted #1 in Berks and Monco. ROG Orthodontics and the Fightin' Phils, 2 great hometown partners.
We head to the 9th inning, and the Alvernia University Golden Wolves call the bullpen. We'll bring in the right-hander we talked about him a moment ago, Tyler McKay, now on.
5th appearance at the AA level this year, 1-0, 1 save, a 0 ERA, 4 innings, 6 strikeouts, and no walks. Had a tougher start to the year, a 5.68 ERA with Lehigh Valley, sent back to Reading on May 8th, and really has been excellent ever since coming back here to Baseball Town.
So McKay, the 5th Fightin' Phil pitcher to see action today. And he will face Wyatt Young, and then the top of the order for the Ponies here in the 9th. Young 1 for 3 on the day with a base hit and a run scored back in the 4th inning. And the first pitch to Young is outside, ball 1. Beats this one foul, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Young. Young, a native of Honolulu, Hawaii. Played his college baseball at Pepperdine. Back in Binghamton for a second season, played 90 games for the Rumble Ponies last year. And takes that one for a called strike. It's 1-2.
Well, I'm sure a weather day like today feels a lot more like home for Wyatt Young compared to what we had early on in the year.
1 ball and 2 strikes to him. Inside hit him. Wyatt Young hit by the pitch.
They did appeal to third where Jared Duerson said no swing.
All right, because he started his swing and then stopped. The ball looked like it hit him on his left thigh on the left-handed hitter, and so Wyatt Young is a leadoff base runner again for the Rumble Ponies here in the 9th inning. Second batter that's been hit by a pitch. The first one was the first batter in the ball game, and that's Matt Rudick, and that's who's at the plate.
Looked like it may have gotten his knee, actually, looking at the replay.
Yeah, he's kind of flexing that knee as he's standing at first base.
There will definitely be a bruise tomorrow.
McKay's pitch to Rudick is swung a foul tipped in and out of the glove of DeFreitas, but you still have to pay attention to Wyatt Young because he does have decent wheels at first base. As Rudick bats, Rudick's been on base 3 times in 4 plate appearances. Hit by the pitch, as I said, walked, doubled, drove in a run, and flew out in 4 plate appearances. So officially 1 for 2. 0-1 pitch is inside, it's 1-1. Appears to be a pitcher warmed up in the Rumble Ponies bullpen, likely to pitch the 9th. Young takes off, his ball is swung on and beaten foul by Rudick. So that wipes out the good jump by Wyatt Young. He'll go back to first base, and it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Matt Rudick.
Paul Gervais is the righty up and throwing for Binghamton, so looks like he'll get the bottom of the 9th inning. Hopefully for Reading, it's in a tie game.
Tyler McKay takes a look back at that go-ahead runner at first base. Comes with his pitch. It's way inside. It's 2-2. That's way outside. Now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes to Rudick. So McKay in some trouble here in the first, or in the 9th, excuse me, as he hits the first batter he faces, and now has Rudick in a 3 ball and 2 strike count. Runner takes off. He swings and fouls it out of play, and so Young will have to go back to first base again, as that one's headed into the 67 club. And it remains 3 balls and 2 strikes to Matt Rudick. Runner again takes off, and that's there. It's up high for all 4. So Rudick works the walk, and Tyler McKay's in a mess.
Needed a double play ball here in the worst way possible. 2 on, no outs here in a tie game in the 9th.
Good wheels at the plate, however, and Alex Ramirez, although he hit what should have been a tailor-made double play ball the last time up, ultimately was safe at first after Casey Martin bobbled it initially. They got the lead runner, and Ramirez was safe at first. So 2 on, nobody out here in the top of the 9th in a tied 5-5 game.
There's some sort of a conversation going on between the dugout and Zdenek Zedek. He didn't hold his hand up, so not sure who was saying something from the dugout, but it looks like it was short-lived.
So Alex Ramirez, the batter, 2 for 4 on the day, and he scored a couple of runs, a single and a double in his first 2 plate appearances. McKay turns and spins and gets Wyatt Young to go back at second. So good wheels on the bases as well for the Rumble Ponies. It's up and in. It gets away from DeFreitas and goes all the way to the backstop, and both runners will move up.
See if they give that a wild pitch or a pass ball. It did hit off the glove of DeFreitas.
And McKay and DeFreitas are talking about it, so you got to think that that has to be some semblance of a miscommunication.
And here comes Phil Candari.
Yeah. Things just don't seem to be running very smooth right now for Tyler McKay in this inning. And the pitching coach is going to make a trip to the mound and try to straighten some things out. So 2-on, nobody out. And a 2 balls and no strike count to Alex Ramirez.
It does go down as a pass ball, so that'll be the first of the season on Arturo de Freitas.
McKay, 26-year-old right-hander, originally from Lee's Summit, Missouri, drafted by the Phillies in the 16th round back in 2018. Conversation in the mound is over. See what the Phils do with the infield here. They're going to obviously bring it up. That's why I said it was 2-0 to Ramirez. It's 1-0 to the batter, Alex Ramirez. But the infield up to try to cut down that go-ahead run. Good pitch by Tyler McKay there. The curveball that Ramirez was not expecting is over for a called strike. One pitch. Comes back with another, but this time it's inside, and it's 2-1. Sun splash skies at FirstEnergy Stadium. Good crowd on hand. A 5-5 game. This one lifted up into center field. Marcus Lee Sang has it side up, makes the catch. Young will tag and come home as the throw home is not in time. And the Rumble Ponies will take the lead on the sacrifice fly and RBI from Alex Ramirez.
Another sacrifice fly from Binghamton in this game, and wasn't a bad throw from Lee Sang, just almost hit a little bit too deep to allow the run to score. So Reading, after fighting all the way back, they now trail by 1.
15th RBI of the season for Ramirez on the throw home. Rudick tags up as well and moves to third base with 1 out for Rowdy Jordan. The pitch to Jordan is low for a ball. So it started with a hit by pitch and then a walk from Tyler McKay. He's still not out of any further troubles. The Phils have the infield still up. A 1-0 count to Jordan. Takes that one for a called strike. Phils will counter with 7, 8, and 9 due up in their order in the bottom of the ninth. Still only 1 out here in the top. And this one, a line drive, speared by Jose Rodriguez. Out number 2 and a big one.
Oh, man, what a play from Rodriguez. Had to reach out to his left. Looked like it kind of snow-coned in his glove, but he holds on to it in a big second out. And obviously running down by 1, but with that second run on third, a huge stop from Rodriguez. Now we'll see if McKay can get Parada and keep it a 1-run deficit.
Now the infield can go back and play at normal depth with 2 outs. Parada at the plate, 1 for 2 on the day. He's driven in a couple runs and takes the first pitch from McKay over for a called strike. Sacrifice fly and an RBI, double and an RBI, walk and a strikeout for Kevin Parada. So he's been on base 3 out of 4 times, or 2 out of 3 times, excuse me. As he beats that one in the ground, it's no balls and 2 strikes. Matt Rudick, the runner at third base, 2 down, run in, top of the ninth. Phils know they need a run. Tyler McKay hoping that he can keep it at no more than that. One pitch away. Fouled away, Parada stays alive. Right back 0-2. Lifted into right field. De La Cruz will drift back. He's got plenty of room. And in front of the warning track, he'll make the catch for the third and final out in the inning. However, Binghamton gets the run home. They do it without the benefit of a hit, and they leave one as well. Bottom of the ninth. Phils need a run to tie and 2 to take the W. 6-5 when we come back after this.
Berk's Immunization Coalition works to provide leadership and education in promoting age-appropriate immunization across the lifespan for all residents of Berk's County. This is a coalition comprised of local physicians, nurse practitioners, school nurses, immunization coordinators, immunization advocates, and pharmaceutical representatives working to encourage continuity of immunization through medical resources. They focus on educating both the community and the providers. For more information, please visit www.immunizeba.org. Click Local Coalitions.
Empowering communities one relationship at a time is our commitment at Tompkins. Our customers have thrived thanks to our focus on local lending and their commitment to the customers they serve.
They do a great job, everything for us from our banking, our insurance, to our wealth management.
Tompkins has always been there for us.
We see a long relationship with Tompkins. They're good people.
Tompkins, banking, insurance, wealth. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Investment and insurance products are not FDIC insured, not bank guaranteed, and may lose value.
We head to the bottom half of the ninth inning, and a new pitcher in the game for the Rumble Ponies. And that new pitcher is right-hander Paul Gervais coming in for Binghamton.
Paul Gervais, who is looking for the save in here for Binghamton, the righty. And he will get the bottom third of the Reading lineup in this inning. Gervais, it's his 6th appearance, 1-0, 2.45 ERA. Does have a save, 7 1/3 innings pitched, 10 strikeouts, and 3 walks.
Kendall Simmons will lead it off. 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Fightins. They need a run to tie and 2 to take the W. Simmons 1 for 2 on the day with a solo home run back in the 5th inning. One of 3 solo homers on the day for the Fightins. First pitch is a called strike to Simmons. Fouls that one straight back. It's 0-2. Casey Martin and then Arturo De Freitas, the 3 due up for the Fightins here in the 9th.
Well, it's a 3 that did some damage. Simmons and Martin went back-to-back earlier in the game, back in the 5th inning.
0-2 pitch coming to Kendall Simmons. Swing and a miss, struck him out. 1 down in the 9th.
Shortstop Casey Martin.
Cameron Foster pitched the bottom of the 8th. 1 inning, 1 hit, 2 runs, both earned, 2 walks, and no strikeouts.
Yeah, the walks hurt Foster. The walks and the hit by pitch hurt Tyler McKay. And that's why the Phils are trailing now as Martin bats here with 1 out. Casey Martin also with a solo home run as Simmons and Martin went back-to-back in the 5th inning. And the first pitch to Casey Martin misses for a ball. Looks like a pinch hitter for De Freitas in the on-deck circle. This one lifted straight up, left side, shallow left field. Shortstop Jackson goes back, and he'll make the catch over the shoulder for out number 2.
So looks like Bryce Ball will be the pinch hitter for Arturo De Freitas.
So the left-hander will bat, hoping that he can get on base or maybe connect for the long ball. Ball without a home run so far on the year, hitting at 182. 6 extra base hits, 5 of them doubles. And so he'll bat here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th.
Just the 3rd instance Al Padrique has gone to a pinch hitter this season.
First pitch from Gervais. Swing and a miss. Fastball up high that Ball could not catch up to. Top of the order, and Marcus Lee Sang hoping for a chance in the on-deck circle. Outside, ball lays off. One ball, one strike to the lefty. Ripped but foul and into the grandstand on the first base side.
Hit it hard, 97. Got around an 83-mile-per-hour slider hard. Ball's pulled a lot of balls hard and far, but just hasn't been able to get one out of the ballpark yet. And that's what Reading's looking for here, or at least a base runner to turn the lineup over to Lee Sang.
One ball and two strikes. Swing and a miss, strike three, and that'll do it. The Phils are retired here in the ninth as they go 1-2-3, and the Ponies will take the win for the Phils in the ninth. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left. The Binghamton Rumble Ponies hold off the Fightin Phils. The final, the Ponies 6, the Phils 5. We'll take a timeout, back with a wrap from FirstEnergy Stadium after this.
In continuation of the 275th anniversary of Reading's celebration, the Phils will play as the Reading Keystones on all Thursdays in 2024. Join us for 11 Keystone Throwback Thursdays, thanks to Burke's Career and Technology Center, H&F Heating and Cooling, Rip It Baseball Town Charities Batting Cages, and Lavelle Law Firm. Come celebrate the city of Reading and enjoy some great baseball on Throwback Thursdays in 2024. Get your tickets now by calling 610-370-BALL, online at rphils.com, or at the Customers Bank ticket office. Spend some quality time with the family by taking them out to the ball game every Sunday home game at FirstEnergy Stadium. Sundays are Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days, presented by Empire Home Center, Golden Oaks Golf Club, Long Home Products, T-Mobile, and Rip It Baseball Town Charities. Get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 sodas for only $62 when purchased in advance. Join us for Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days at all Sunday home games all season long.
Celebrate the history of America's pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that will bring your baseball memories to life. Connect with events that shaped and changed the game and our country. And relive the careers of legends who have earned the greatest honor in sports. Our stories to tell, your memories to share. Plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org.
The brand new Redner's Event Center is here and is accepting reservations now. Bring a group out to a Fightin Phils game starting at just $50 per person for groups of 40 or more. Non-game day reservations are also open now for events ranging from weddings, bar and bat mitzvahs, banquets, trade shows, and much more. For more details and to request a proposal, go to rphils.com/events.
The award-winning Reading Hospital Tower Health Pool Party provides an unforgettable night out with family and friends. Enjoy a baseball game while swimming in the 87-degree heated pool directly behind the right field home run wall. Plus, 2.5 hours of all-you-can-eat buffet, photos and autographs with the crazy hot dog vendor, and the Fightin Phils mascot band. Regular season tickets start at $37 per person for groups of 20 or more. Give us a call today at 610-370-BALL.
Subway is a proud 2024 Fightin Phils team feed partner, providing sustainable and locally sourced ingredients. Subway prides itself on high quality, fresh foods at affordable prices. With numerous locations throughout Berks County and the surrounding area, including 1193 Berkshire Boulevard, am I missing? Subway combines amazing, fast, friendly service and made-to-order options. Visit Subway.com to find a location near you or to place an order. Subway eats fresh. Today's attendance at FirstEnergy Ballpark at a 11 a.m. start time. A lot of kids in the ballpark on an education day and a great crowd on hand today. In fact, our attendance for today brought to you by the good folks at PSECU, 8,412. Thanks to our friends at PSECU for presenting tonight's attendance. PSECU is proud to be one of the largest credit unions in Pennsylvania. So an excellent crowd to start, and ultimately to see for the Fightin Phils a bit of a disappointing end to the ball game as they come up short. Binghamton wins it by a final score of 6-5. Welcome to the postgame show. We'll give you a rundown of how things unfolded in this win today for the Rumble Ponies, their 21st of the season. Efrain Contreras got the start for the Fightin' Phils up against Brandon Sproat, the young right-hander for the Rumble Ponies. And Contreras had some issues early on. He hit the first batter he faced on a 3-2 count. He hit Matt Rudick. It was followed by Alex Ramirez and a base hit. A little swinging bunt off the bat of Rowdy Jordan put those two runners at second and third with one out. And then Kevin Parada plated Rudick with the sacrifice fly to center field. His RBI made it 1-0 for the Rumble Ponies after an inning, and that stayed that way through the third when Contreras ran into some trouble, and it was Ramirez in the middle of it again as he got a one-out double. A ground ball. He moved up to third base on a stolen base, and then he got Rowdy Jordan out for 2 outs, but Parada comes up with a double off the left field wall to bring in Ramirez and made it a 2-0 game. And then Nolan McLean followed with a base hit that plated Parada and made it a 3-0 game in favor of the Rumble Ponies. And then Binghamton added one more in the fourth, and Wyatt Young starting it with a 2-out base hit. And then Matt Rudick followed it with a double. The RBI double by Rudick, his 8th double of the season, his 18th RBI of the season. And Binghamton's lead grew to 4-0 before the Fightin' Phils finally got the Sproat in the 8th after 3 1/3 no-hit innings. Jose Rodriguez turned on one and took it over the left field fence for a solo home run. Finally got the Phils on the board, and it was 3-1 and a bit of a precursor of things to come because the Phils did more damage than that in the 5th inning. With one out, Kendall Simmons launched a home run over the left center field fence and off the base of the Redners Event Center to make it a 4-2 game, to be followed by Casey Martin, who drove one into the left field seats as well to make it a 4-3 game. So the Phils had 3 runs on 3 hits, but they were right back in the ball game at 4-3. Binghamton was able to put another run across in the 7th with some careless play by the Phils. Matt Rudick led it off with a walk. And facing Tristan Garnett, Alex Ramirez hit a one-hopper right at the shortstop, Casey Martin. Should have been a double play. Martin bobbled it. Still got the lead runner at Rudick, but was unable to turn the double play. Then Ramirez stole second base with one out in the inning. And then they had him picked off of second base. And in the rundown, Kendall Simmons, applying the tag with his bare hand, dropped the ball. That allowed Ramirez to get to third base now with one out, and Rowdy Jordan plated him with a sacrifice fly. So it should have been no base runners with 2 outs, and then they had Ramirez picked off and didn't execute that as well. And so ultimately the Rumble Ponies pick up a 5th run with some careless defense by the Fightins and made it a 5-3 game. But Reading came back in the bottom half of the 8th inning and got it started with a walk to the top of the order, and Marcus Lee sang. Then Jose Rodriguez shot one into the right center field gap for a double. Phils had the tying runs on base, second and third, and nobody out. Caleb Ricketts then hit a ground ball up the middle that was stopped by Wyatt Young on a backhanded grab, was able to get Ricketts at first, and the run comes home in Marcus Lee Sang to make it a 5-4 game on the RBI by Caleb Ricketts, his 5th of the season. And with the play, Jose Rodriguez moved up to third base to be followed by Carson Taylor, who drove one into center field for a sacrifice fly, and the 30th RBI of the year for Carlos Taylor. Jose Rodriguez coming home to tie the game up at 5-5 and a brand new life. Tyler McKay came on for the Fightins in the top half of the 9th inning, but he had some troubles right away. First batter he faced was Wyatt Young. He hit him with a pitch. Then following that was the leadoff man, Matt Rudick, who then walked first and second and nobody out. And then on a pass ball, the 2 runners move up to second and third and nobody out. Ramirez hits a fly ball to center field that plates Wyatt Young and makes it a 6-5 game. McKay gets out of any further trouble, but it was 6-5 Ponies heading into the bottom of the 9th inning. Paul Gervais comes on for the Rumble Ponies, and he gets the Fightin' Phils 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 9th. And Binghamton takes the W. For the Rumble Ponies, 6 runs on 7 hits. There were no errors, and they left 6. For the Phils, 5 runs on 7 hits, 2 costly errors in this one, and they left 4 men on base. Cameron Foster gets the win in relief. Tyler McKay takes the loss. And Paul Gervais picks up the save for the Rumble Ponies with his 1-2-3 ninth inning. Game played in 2 hours and 35 minutes, played in front of a great crowd on hand on a beautiful afternoon here at FirstEnergy Stadium. 8,412 watching baseball in Baseball Town. So that will do it for our broadcast. We'll be right back at it tomorrow night here at FirstEnergy Stadium. 6:45 is first pitch. Again, Phils and Rumble Ponies here throughout the remainder of this week, right up until Sunday, 6:45, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, as well as Saturday night, and then Sunday we'll finish it up with a 5:15 first pitch here at America's Classic Ballpark. And don't forget, fireworks on tap after the game, both on Friday and Saturday night, and then a special attraction on Sunday afternoon. Ed's Dinosaurs Live will be here bringing you his display. So you can come out, bring the kids out. If they love dinosaurs, they're going to see some dinosaurs on display here on Sunday afternoon at FirstEnergy Stadium. With the win, the Rumble Ponies go to 21-17, and the Fightin Phils with the loss fall to 17-23. Then again, that will do it for our broadcast today. For my colleague Jake Starr, my name is Bob McCool. Hope you join us again tomorrow night. 6:30 will be our pregame time. 6:45 first pitch here at FirstEnergy Stadium, as the Reading Fightin Phils and the Binghamton Rumble Ponies will go at it for Game 2 of this series. Better yet, we'd love to see you here at the ballpark. Phils and Ponies tomorrow night, Game 2 of this 6-game series. The final score again in Game 1, Binghamton 6, Reading 5. That'll do it for our broadcast. As always, thanks for listening, everyone. Have yourselves a great afternoon.